Can you start first? Can we
Yeah,
start? Just because I just feel like
I'm tired.
Bad luck 3 times in a row.
maybe yes, and I'm tired.
I got you. No, I got you.
Thank you.
All right, guys, we're restarting it. Let me do it from the top. And we're live for a while now, but we got working. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Purple Pod episode 20. Man, I really appreciate everybody for sticking around, even though we had to go do all that bullshit 3 times. Please make sure to like, subscribe, go follow my podcast Instagram, please. I really need more girls always coming in. If you want to follow the girls immediately, I just tagged them again on the story, so you can go do that. Please add also like the TikTok and my Twitter tagged below. Shout out to my producer tonight. We just got Donnie in the house, and then Cornerstone Events. Thank you for recruiting in the background. To start, man, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself again? We're doing this a bunch tonight. Introduce yourself again and let us know your name, your age, what you do for a living, and your channels, your YouTube, and your Instagram and stuff.
My name is Matt Rostami.
Talk a little closer.
Oh, sorry. My name is Matt Rostami. I'm an eye surgeon. I'm 35 years old. I have my own practice here in Frisco, out of the DFW area. I also have been involved in politics myself. Ran as a Republican for state senate. I don't know if I'm going to be running again, but if I do, I'm sure my political opponents will be going through these videos and clipping little seconds here and there to make me look bad. But that's just the nature of a long podcast form. Sergio, thanks for inviting me. Pleasure to be here. Maybe we can work together and get some of these ladies off the streets.
Yeah, man. Yeah, let's do it, bro.
She's like, what?
She's like, I'm not on the streets. All right, and to start with everybody else now, we'll start with you over here on the far right. You're, well, I guess for them it is the left, huh?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, my bad. Give me your name, your age, your education level. What do you do for work? If you want to flex on us, maybe your credit score or something. You know?
So my name is Ruth. I'm actually 25 years old. I'm a Salesforce admin, but I am transitioning to project management. So hopefully by the end of this year, I should, be a project manager. And yeah, so that's about it.
Okay. And what about you? Name, age, education level.
My name is Calcadon, but I go by Leela for short. I'm 26 years old. I am almost done with my master's. I do operations for a real estate company. I'm head of operations right now. And yeah.
Okay. Going for your master's, though.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You like school?
No, I don't.
All right. And what about you? Name, age, education level. And thank you for coming back. We got a return visitor.
For sure. My name's Erica. I'm 28. I am a clinical research coordinator, so I work on a clinical trial for PTSD right now. I do bottle service on the weekends, and I have my bachelor's in psychology from Prairie View A&M University.
Okay.
In the building.
She knows all about the mental health, guys. If y'all need any hookups with it.
My name is Derica. I am a IT project coordinator. I also did graduate from Prairie View as well in computer engineering, and I'm 29 years old.
Okay,
Awesome.
Nice. All right, guys. So now I just want to know. Our format used to be where we'd ask a lot more personal questions, but we're gonna kind of fly through a lot of these this time. I just really want to know. Do you want kids? Do you want kids?
I do. I actually would like 2 kids, more specifically an older son, and then like a daughter.
Afterwards, though.
Yeah.
The second one, a daughter. Okay.
Yeah.
Do you want kids?
Debatable. Like, it's not a requirement for me. I'm not just like, oh, I want them so badly, but like, I'm open to it.
Okay. What about you, bro? We gotta go. Do you want kids?
Yeah, of course.
Of course.
Absolutely.
Do you want kids?
Yes.
Yes. Do you want kids?
I can live without it, but I feel like a lot of women who have kids don't want to be mothers in this generation. But teach his own.
Yeah, teach their own.
Yeah.
Could you explain on that a little bit?
Yeah, so like I see a lot of single mothers now on like TikTok, social media, Instagram. They're like, "Oh, I love my child, but if I could go back, I would." So that's what I mean.
Damn, that's
I mean,
fucked up.
I don't mind.
I know that is messed
Yeah,
up.
no, it's like women love their
Yeah.
children, but they don't necessarily love what comes with
Exactly,
motherhood. Like you can
exactly.
hate being a mom, but love your child like more than anything in the world. And I don't even have kids to be saying
Right.
that, but like that's just.
It's
kinda
just hard
what
when
it
you're
is.
single. Like I bet they wouldn't feel the same way if they had like
Right.
the guy there
That's
with
true.
them. Like it's just like, yeah, I would hate it too if I was a single mom. The baby trap didn't work.
But I don't think it's single moms though. I think it's just like a more like I guess modern thing.
Yeah.
Like, you could be in a happy marriage and be
Right.
like, "Fuck, being a mom is hard. It's stressful." Like, it
Well, because
comes
both
with a
parents
lot.
are working 40 hours and stuff. Yeah.
Right. I think everyone's scenarios and situations apply to them, and they just kind of take its course.
Yeah.
But even people in relationships are single mothers. Like If you,
That
if
is
that makes
true.
sense. Like some fathers are just, even though they're around, they're,
They're
not,
not
around.
present. They're
Exactly.
there, but they're not
Yes.
present.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I really think co-parenting is hard as hell if both parents are working at the same time. It's extremely hard for both people to be working 40 hours a week and give your kids time. It's just,
Yeah.
especially with the iPad generation, like it's so easy, just throw them the iPad and you don't worry about them anymore.
Exactly.
But yeah, so make sure nobody has kids at this panel, right? No, okay, yeah, just had to make sure really quick. Now I just want to know, what can you improve on for relationships? Like what can you improve on to make yourself a better person in a relationship? Start with you.
I guess communication.
Communication.
Definitely communication.
What can you work on?
Being more open.
Okay.
Being more open.
Okay.
Letting people in.
Okay. Yeah. Do you want to answer this one? Can you improve on something?
I could always improve on my patience.
On your patience? Okay. What can you improve on?
Can I have the same answer? My attitude, my mouth, so sassy. Yeah.
Have you not got better since the last show? You feel like?
I'm not dealing with anybody to work on getting better with
Oh,
that.
so I have no practice yet. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, once the practice comes, you got to make sure.
I'll let you know.
Okay.
Well, you've been patient with us with this audio issue, so appreciate you.
Yeah, appreciate it. Everybody, all y'all's patience. What about you? What's something that you can work on, you can improve on?
Two things for me. I'm indecisive.
Okay.
It comes with being a Gemini. I'm very indecisive, so I can go back and forth. And then me just wanting to take charge. I need someone that can lead me potentially.
Okay.
Wait,
Yeah.
you really think being a Gemini has something to do with your personality?
We're not gonna get into that right
Oh
now.
no,
Not
we
right
are.
now.
We
Not
are.
right now.
Yeah,
Not right now.
I think that's a great question.
But I did ask
Wait,
everyone about
I mean,
their
you just
signs.
said that
You
so
might understand.
casually.
Yeah.
Well, do you actually believe in that?
To some degree, yes.
Oh Lord.
Why
Well,
don't you
okay,
believe
so
Oh,
I
God.
don't believe
Why
that
don't
it's
you
just
believe
about
in
the
it?
sun sign. I think that there are other elements as part of like your characteristics,
Like what?
like
the moon
the
sign too?
moons, the ascendants, the Venus.
Oh, so you're like fully into
It's like,
it.
yeah, like there's
What?
a lot more to it.
Bro, what are you
Dang.
talking about, man?
What's going on?
No, so
But everyone does have their differences. I'm open to all opinions about it. I do feel like people think it's bogus, and then there's others that are, sticking to their true values.
Well, I think the concern is that if someone's going to be using things like signs or things that are not scientifically proven to justify their behavior, it's a red flag.
Okay,
It's typically going to end up causing a problem down the road from the relationship and not taking any responsibility.
right, and that could be your opinion, but you really don't know me, so that
Yeah,
would be
I
your
think on a
opinion.
I don't
surface
think it
level,
has-
that's a very common opinion to
I don't think it
have
has anything
because
to.
it's
excuse me,
generalized.
I don't think it has anything to
that,
do with
oh,
opinion.
I
But
have
if,
a question.
if someone,
Here, hold on. One mic at a time.
if someone is going to justify their opinion, their actions, and their personality based on things that we know are not scientifically true or just made up, this is going to be a red flag down the line. Now, I understand
Do
you
you
can
know
have
where
these.
zodiacs and horoscopes
These things
originate
have been
from?
these things have been scientifically proven that they are not correct. They have nothing to do with any sort of science or logic that predict your behavior.
There's no correlation to anything. Like
And do you believe that as
but
well?
what
I'm
about your
absolutely positive about it. Here,
religious
I'll actually
beliefs,
explain to
though?
you
Because,
why
like,
people are so into Zodiac today. The reason why people are so into Zodiac signs at all, here, hold on, I'm talking. The reason why people are so into Zodiac signs is because there's a huge void in society for a spiritual connection. People aren't going to God anymore. They're not going to Jesus. They're not going to church. And there's a void for that. Humans want spiritual connection with something. And whenever there's a void of it, it can go into the first thing that's in your view. And the first thing on the internet, the first thing that women are talking about all the time today, it's Zodiac signs. And another big reason why women specifically choose Zodiac signs is because when y'all have 10,000 dudes over the span of 5 years DMing you, you need to just remove some of those in the easiest way possible. Sometimes being like, okay, this guy, all these guys are Tauruses. Yeah, y'all are all knocked off. Oh, y'all are all 5'8", 5'9". Y'all are all knocked off. It's just a way to just remove a bunch of set of guys because you don't want to deal with those guys. And you're like, oh, I've had a bad past experience. Women sleep around so much now that you can have 20, 30 bodies. And you're going to be like, all right, I've slept with 3, 4 Tauruses. They all fucking suck. Never fucking another Taurus again. And they're like, oh, I fucked with 3 or 4 Cancers. They all suck. I'm never fucking with Cancers again. So this is just a result of women sleeping around too much today. Women lacking actual spirituality. So they have to go to something like the Zodiac sign. And then also just you're not even taking responsibility for the bad guys that like you choose sometimes.
I feel like there's like
Go ahead.
an
Go ahead.
overgeneralization of just because women are interested and knowledgeable about astrology that we just do or
Rely
die, live by that.
directly
Like,
on that. It was just I
it's-
just
yeah,
mentioned
like-
it. I was not relying my indecisiveness on me being a Gemini.
I don't
so.
think
I
really-
think that's kind of where it just like
Yeah, so I'm talking
y'all
in
put
general
too much
because the
pressure on
majority
the
of
comment
people.
of it. Y'all put too much
here-
pressure
Yeah,
behind it.
yeah.
Well, here's the deal.
definitely.
I'm talking in general to the mass majority of women that are into zodiac signs. You might be different. You might be an exception to the rule. You might be an exception to the rule. But the majority of women that are into zodiac signs are perfectly what I just said. Like like that's exactly. Now that's nice if you're an exception to the rule. That's nice if you're an exception to the rule. But a
I feel
majority,
like too,
the
because it's
majority
so
is not.
trendy now.
My concern
Astrology
is-
and
Trendy.
zodiacs
I
and
mean,
horoscopes.
excuse me,
Everybody
my,
wants to.
my concern is that when you first introduced yourself, you casually just threw that in there and just kept going along.
I mean,
is-
because it was
let
very
me just
casual.
finish.
It was
Again,
very
part of
casual.
the
It's a
trend.
casual thing.
It's a
Susan, can I finish-
conversation
can I finish
starter at this
talking?
point.
And I'll let you talk.
Okay.
When you were speaking and introducing yourself, you just casually threw in your sign, just went by. It didn't sound like a joke. It really sounded like you sincerely believed it. Again, this isn't about your beliefs. Are you listening, or are you just like hearing and checked out?
Are you checking me? I'm
No,
not
I'm
understanding.
just explaining
like,
what I'm hearing.
Can we move forward with the next question, please?
Wait,
No, we
I have a
can't because this
question.
is how the show works. Like we're gonna go through the
Do y'all-
questions and like he's
Let me
asking you
just-
something and you were checked out. You're looking at her when he's trying to have a conversation with you.
Okay.
Let me just finish my point, and then we'll move on. This isn't
Okay.
about like if you believing in things that are superstitious. People will think I believe things that are super. I believe the world was made in 7 days. A lot of people will tell me that's just crap, and that's
Right.
fine. That's my religion. But I don't base my personality or my actions based on these beliefs that can't be proven. This is the issue, because if someone's going to go on and say my sign is like this, I'm going to behave this way, that's the problem. If you believe in signs that affect things that are like external to your behavior, that's great. But we can't be using these type of things to justify our actions, because even like Sergio, I think you're Christian, you're religious, you know, I'm Muslim, but we believe in stuff that I'm sure a lot of atheists will laugh at us.
Mhm.
But we don't ever use those things to justify our behaviors. The issues with signs is that this becomes concern, is that if you're going to start using these things to say like I did this because of this is where it becomes a problem. That's why I would say it's a red flag.
I don't think she was using it to justify what she was doing. I think she was using it in a sense of, oh, I'm a Gemini. A Gemini is usually
Characteristic
associated with
description.
being indecisive, and that is one of my things.
So this is
She's
not.
not using
She
it
never,
to
there was no
justify.
action
Let me
placed
finish.
anywhere.
Let me
Sure, go
finish.
ahead.
Do you believe in karma? Because karma is the same thing, right?
I believe
What
in,
goes around comes around. It's a spiritual kind of.
I believe in Judgment Day, as in we die and then we have to go before God and answer for our sins. As far as being Gemini being indecisive, again, you're attributing something
Not
to
checker.
your.
But it's like a
Can I
Gemini.
finish what I was going to say?
I
because
guess,
you're a-
but you didn't let me finish. But fine.
Because you can't attribute your sign to your personality of not being indecisive. At the end of the day, you are a person and you make the decision. Your sign is completely irrelevant to this.
Okay.
That's fair.
Okay.
No, I
And
mean,
this is an issue. Like, I
What's
mean,
your
guys out
sign?
there, if you're gonna pick, I don't know, and I don't care. If you guys are trying to
When's
pick
your
someone,
birthday?
here we go. I'm telling you, folks, if you want to pick a woman and if she believes in stuff like this, you better be careful.
Yep.
I'm just telling
So,
you right
Oh,
now.
we
I'm
can't
a-
believe in
basically-
shit. We can't believe in shit for fun, right?
No,
we
we
can't
can't.
have no
There
hobbies.
was a
We can't do
conversation.
no research on
there-
nothing.
So on the side, there was a conversation prior, like before you guys were even in here. I don't even think you were in the room. We were talking about signs. So I mean,
it was an
That's irrelevant.
icebreaker. Y'all had us sitting here.
I
We
think
didn't have
you missed
no
that part.
like,
I think you
yeah.
did.
And I
but
can
it's
understand
okay.
where you're coming from.
Again,
You
it's
shouldn't
cool. Go
use
ahead.
it. I can understand where you're coming
Yeah, I
from. You
agree.
shouldn't
Yeah,
use
no,
it
I
as
agree.
like, oh,
And I
I'm
don't.
a Scorpio, so I'm allowed to be crazy.
Right.
yeah, and
It
that's
wasn't-
fine if
yeah,
you are
I
an
don't want
exception
to
to
do
it.
that.
Hold
Yeah,
on,
I
hold
don't
on,
just-
hold on.
yeah.
I'm talking in general though. When we're talking about these things, he's talking about in general. When there are women into this stuff, there are red flags. You might be an exception to the rule. 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 But a majority, the 51% of women that are into this shit, are fucking batshit crazy. That's awesome that y'all aren't. That's awesome that y'all aren't. But we're talking in general. This is a podcast. We're talking about multiple kinds of people, not just. But you don't want to personify with anything that we're going to talk about at the table today, because that's how people get in their feelings.
Yeah.
But if we always understand we're talking in generalities, we're not going to have issues.
Listen, we're gonna
Agreed.
move on, but I'm
Agreed.
just saying this is how guys think about this.
Yeah,
When
yeah,
you
yeah.
say it,
And the whole point of the show
I'm
is just to
telling you
see.
how we think.
Yeah. Y'all are
A
just
regular guy
yeah.
may just sit in front of you and just pretend and tell you his sign and try to play the game. But I'm telling you right now, you say this stuff, this is what we really think. Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, dude. He be a guy actually would probably tell you he'll ask you your sign, and then he'll Google really quick what sign match with that, and then he'll lie to you and be like,
They do
yeah,
that.
I'm that.
They do that.
Just so you can get the box. I promise
got
you,
you.
I know guys will do it. So now to go on to the next one, I want to know: have you had sex on the first date? Ooh.
My brothers are watching, but
Okay.
on the first date, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna cap you.
Okay, brothers, we don't care.
Yeah.
have you slept with someone on the first date? And it doesn't actually mean just like first date, but even if like you go
The
to the
first link
bar,
up.
yeah, just the first link up, like at a bar, anything like that, you know?
Yeah.
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 Do you want to answer?
No, I have not.
Yeah,
I don't do that.
Okay.
No, I have not.
No?
No.
No. Wait, what was your answer? Yes or no? Yes. So just 2 yeses and
Yeah.
2 nos. Okay. Who wants to be ballsy and say their body count? We'll start on this side.
I don't.
You don't
know.
have to. You don't. Yeah.
I really don't know. I'm
Yeah,
not.
Yeah,
I'm
who-
not counting.
Who keeps count after 50?
What?
I was just kidding. I was just kidding. I just personally stopped counting after 50, so I always say that because that was just a personal thing. Don't look at me like that.
5.
5?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna keep that to myself.
Okay. Yeah. Y'all don't have to answer.
Fifth.
Yeah. Plead the fifth on that one. Yeah. It's just because the chat's always curious. They're gonna ask it sooner or later, so I might as well ask it for them. How many days typically now do you like to make a guy wait for sex? Do you like to wait 30, 60, 90, 2 dates, 3 dates? Like, is there a number?
So I'm big on communication. I really would like to wait for a minute before allowing myself to get intimate with the person on that level.
Do you think like 60 or like a minute,
I'm
like
not
69?
I'm not counting. I will know when I'm ready.
You know when you're ready?
Yes.
Okay. What about you?
I don't really have like a time limit on it. I guess it depends like how things go, but like minimum like month and a half. Like we have to be like kicking it solid consistently. Like if we're hanging out back to back within like a short amount of time, maybe
A month?
But I don't really
Month and a
be,
half,
like,
something like that. Yeah.
more or less.
Just depends how much time you spend with them.
Yeah, for sure.
But if y'all both always working, it's gonna be 3 months, huh?
Right.
Like, potentially.
Potentially, yeah. Everybody's working
No,
too
he
much.
better make some shake. He better figure it out. That's how I feel. Like, if you want to see me that bad.
So if you're a drug dealer, you'll make it happen because they got all the time in the world,
Stop.
huh? I know you laughing because
I know what you're doing.
Yeah,
I know.
yeah. So how many days till a guy can sleep with you? 30, 60, 90? Like what's like, or what do you like to make them wait now?
There isn't a date count, but I've been thinking about it recently, and like I honestly want a commitment. Like I want a commitment before I have sex with you, and it's just because of that
Yeah.
one time where I did sleep with someone on my first date, and
It wasn't shit.
it wasn't. Well, no, yeah.
I mean, he
Those are waste.
must
It
have
was
had.
just a learning experience.
Yeah.
Yeah,
very
learning,
much so
yes.
learning experience.
But I want to. I'm really curious though.
Uh-huh.
This guy that did get it the first time or on the first date, what was really special about him? Was it his looks, his charisma? Did he have a really good job? Was there some like what stood out the most?
Okay, I'm gonna be very honest. We were working together, and I was his boss, but like there wasn't really any kind of rule. And I had a crush on him for a really long time, and then I actually asked him on the date kind of thing, and then he like said no to me, and then he texted me. He was like, "Actually, I'm very free. Do you want to da 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 da?" And then we went on the date, and
Yeah.
yeah.
But like, but I feel like
There wasn't anything. It was just like I had a crush on you. I thought you were cute for a very long time.
And then why did it not work after that? Was it him?
He had a kid. He had a kid.
Okay.
Fair.
But
Fair.
is that all it was? Did he live with his BM still? Like, was he?
They had
Did you know
Yeah.
about
No.
the kid?
They live
They
together.
no, they didn't live
Okay.
together.
I know that's
but
a
it
meme
was-
I
They were
just saw recently.
entangled. They were
he
still
was-
entangled.
That's
Yeah,
tough.
it was an entanglement,
I'm
and
sorry.
like
Did you know about the kid before you asked him out on a date?
no.
I see.
Okay. Yeah. Well,
I
yeah.
did not.
He's finessing. He did
Yeah.
good. What about you? How many days do you want to usually make a guy wait now?
There's no more date. It's just like a commitment now at this point.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get married, so
So
Yeah,
you gotta make
so-
them wait if they're until they're committed.
until we can have that conversation, like,
Yeah.
are we moving forward? If not, why am I wasting a body?
Okay. Well, just for y'all too, just so you know, don't be honest about this with guys ever that like you slept with a guy on the
Oh,
first
yeah, of
date
course.
because he's gonna be like oh, so why did these guys get it but I gotta wait 30, 60, 90 days, you know? Like they hate that shit. So don't ever talk about it.
Yeah.
My
Don't ever
ex
fucking say it.
actually told me, don't ever tell a guy like if you like slept with someone or whatever, don't ever like give them any kind of details because now that's all they're gonna think about.
Right.
Like,
Yeah, we'll get into more of like the why guys think that way later on. But yeah, I just wanted to give that advice to y'all. Yeah, don't ever fucking do it because they're gonna use it against you like crazy. I want to know, how do you compliment the perfect successful guy? Like, so if you found just the perfect guy, I mean, everything that you're looking for when it comes to height, looks, income, everything about him, how would you perfectly compliment him to where y'all would be a good team together? What do you bring to the table, basically?
Oh, okay. So pretty much the type of man I want, I also know he wants a type of woman. So I just try to be that woman that he wants. I can't be delusional. I can't ask for a man to be 50, to go 100, and I'm not bringing nothing to the table. So it just really depends on what he wants, if that makes sense.
I'm curious, like, what do you think that man wants?
Okay, so like obviously a woman that is in the gym. So I go to the gym at least 4 times a week. Someone who also has her own income. So I also have my own income. Someone who keeps up with herself. Someone who he can take on events. Like, because obviously I don't want to go to the club. I want to go to high black tie events with you. So pretty much I have to be that woman that he can show off to a certain caliber of other his friends.
Yeah, you're a representation of
Exactly.
him, so you want to be the perfect representation of him.
Exactly.
Wait, what did you say before? You had said that
The gym.
yes. What did you say right after the gym?
Oh,
The income thing.
income.
Yeah, so I want you to know
Men
the
don't
guy
care
of your
about
dreams.
income, yeah.
Well, maybe the guy of your dreams doesn't. Like, don't get me wrong. There's a lot of guys out here who really want you to have an income if they're making 50 to 100K because
Right.
they're betas to me, and like I don't think a guy should ever expect his woman to make money. Just like how it statistically shows, women want a guy that makes 58% more than them.
Right.
So if a guy is okay with a girl making more than him, I just think that's kind of goofy in my opinion. That's just me.
Okay.
How would you perfectly compliment the perfect guy for you? The guy that's perfect in every aspect that you want.
I think I'm very nurturing, and like caring and like soft. So like I want a man that's like masculine and whatever. So like I'll balance them in that way.
You want to be like the emotional person for him?
I don't think I'm emotional.
Well,
but I guess.
I mean, like his emotional. I can't think of the word.
Support.
Yeah, his emotional
like,
support kind of.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, I just want you to know most guys don't need emotional support.
Mm.
I'm serious. We
We'll
really
see.
don't. So how would you perfectly compliment the best man?
I would say like being able to tie up all the loose ends. Like, for example, like if he makes the money, he brings it home. Like I'm making sure the bills are paid. Like you handle business and I'll finish everything. Like organization wise, like you won't have to worry about like groceries, dinner, what are you gonna eat type situation. Like just
Got that organizing mindset kind of.
yeah.
Yeah, like I'm gonna make sure everything stays perfectly together and in order.
Yeah.
That's nice. Yeah, I think that helps a lot, honestly. What about you?
I feel like I could compliment him in ways like, as far as exposure, I feel like a lot of guys are, well, not a lot of guys. I feel like some guys are kind of closed-minded in as far as the things that they have experienced. Well, and I'm just speaking from my perspective. And when I come to the table, I bring a different background, so it's just like different experiences that I
Can you
bring
give us
to the table.
specifics?
What do you mean?
Just specifics of experiences
So-
or exposure.
Okay, so I mean, off the top, the one that I could think of is concerts. I'm into music. So like when it comes to that, guy will tell me, "Hey, I've never been to a concert before. This was the last concert I went to. I can't count how many concerts I went to." So it's enjoyable for me to bring that to the table. Music brings people to the table. So that's just my from my perspective, like exposure.
Okay. Music.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I guess that works. Yeah. So
Not necessarily music, just exposure. Like just bringing different things, being open-minded.
Okay, like
Yeah.
different kinds of experiences, I guess you
Yes.
could say.
Yes.
Like, would you book the vacation for y'all to go to a badass
Right,
spot
yeah.
or something like that?
Right, exactly.
Okay.
Because I would kind of like know a little bit more about it, have a little
Okay.
bit more intellect behind that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think those are good things, but I want you to know, just being honest with you,
Yeah.
a lot of guys don't like women with a lot of experience, and the reason why is because a woman loves a man with experience because a man with experience shows that he has hustle, he has drive. There's a lot of things that are good about a man. That's why men are in their prime until they're 30, 35.
Right.
But men sometimes want a woman that is inexperienced, and so like if you just act inexperienced, I just think it might work out better for you sometimes.
So going back to the question that you said earlier, I'm having like difficulties or problems allowing someone to lead.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's kind of where that comes
Where
from.
that comes from, yeah. Well,
Exactly.
I just think, I mean, it's not even lying. It's just
Yeah.
don't say it, just like don't bring it up as much. I just think it would work out better for you in the end. But then whenever he's like, "Hey, we should go on vacation," you'd be like, "Yeah, I'll book it for us right now and I'll do it all." But don't ever be like, "Yeah, fucking 2 years ago I was in here, I was doing this.
Right,
4 years ago I
right.
was
No,
here."
you're right.
Like for some reason, men really don't like it, and it's just gonna shoot you in the foot. Just
Right.
being honest.
Yeah.
Now I want to know. This is a goofy question. How soon will you poop at a guy's house?
Ah!
You gotta start on that end.
You want? I gotta start this. How soon would you poop at a guy's house?
It's gonna take a minute because I've been holding some farts in. I'm not even gonna hold it.
Is this-
I'll hold the farts in.
I got a
I'll hold
question. Is this going to be before or after sex? Because remember, you're already holding out on that.
Ooh.
it. Listen, I don't know my body count if that's what you're referring to.
No,
And
no, it's not.
No, he's just he was just saying, you know how like you already said that you would make guys wait a little bit, like
Correct.
30 or 60 days. So like, how long are you gonna hold the shit too? Are you gonna hold that for
I'm gonna
30
hold it.
or
I'm
60
gonna hold it. I'm not even gonna hold you. I'm gonna hold it.
days? Until y'all have sex, you would do
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
Once you have sex with somebody, I think you can
Yeah, I
shit at
can
their
fart.
house.
I can fart,
I think you
baby.
can lay it out. What about you? Never. Maybe 1 year.
Longer
good?
potentially.
She gonna be
like,
bloated as
long-
hell.
I
Like,
know, dude.
Like, no, I'll go, but like it's gonna be very discreet. Like I'm gonna be
Right.
like, oh, like I need to go to the store. Like I'm suddenly gonna have an errand to run, and I'm gonna leave, or like,
It's that embarrassing.
oh fuck yeah, no,
Oh
gotta
man.
go. Yeah.
Yeah, I want to know for a girl that you start dating, how soon would you poop at like her place, or like how soon did you
Or
for your
vice
girl?
versa.
I guess as soon as I met her, I don't.
Yeah,
really
you
care.
didn't even think about it, huh? Yeah, I'm the same way, bro. I don't even think about. I don't even care at all.
Does she
I mean,
want you or not? So
I'm nervous
it's-
the very first night when y'all sleep together, and then after that, it's like it's done. Like I don't give a shit anymore.
Literally.
Yeah.
A while.
You'd wait
while.
A while.
Like a long while.
Like 6 months.
Like no, a long
A
while.
year? Because if he walks in and smells it one time, it's over.
Right.
What about you?
A year into the marriage.
A year into the marriage?
A
Okay,
year.
man. A year into the marriage,
Damn,
y'all. She's saying
holding that shit.
years.
Yep.
Are you the type to always be on time or be late? I already know the answer to some of these because of who showed up tonight. Are you the type to be on time or be late?
I love to be on time.
Love to be on time.
Yeah.
Wow, guys. This is a good disciplined person.
Was I on time?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
We
was
got
on
another
time.
one that likes to be on time. We got two really good girls that are. So are y'all good at doing makeup fast? Like, are y'all good
Yeah.
at like getting it done?
Yeah.
Dude, like my girlfriend is really good. She always gets ready before me. Like
Okay.
she's ready like 15 minutes before me. I'm like, shit. She's rushing me, and it's
Me
like, what
too.
the fuck? Stop rushing me. All right, what about you?
I'm a pretty punctual person.
So there's a person that was like 40 minutes late tonight. Weren't you late last time too?
I was late last time. I tried. I genuinely, I give my best effort, and
Are you on time to work every time though?
yeah, oh yeah. I
So
can-
she's
I
getting
can get-
paid. She's on time, y'all. So just pay
Hey,
her.
if any of her coworkers in the chat, call it cap. If
No,
she's
with
lying.
work, like I'm the first person to come into work, so like I absolutely like people are depending on me, so I absolutely cannot afford to be late. Like I like.
YouTube, do y'all's works. One of her coworkers come in and get her. What about for you? What are you always on time or are you late? What type of person are you?
I'm late.
You're usually late.
I'm
All right. So
proud.
we got the
Late
late girls
proud.
over here and we got the
I'm
on time girls over here. So if y'all gonna ask anybody to go
And
out,
what
y'all know
about
who to
it?
hit up. I'm just kidding. Now we're gonna get a little bit more into your stuff, man. What's y'all's political affiliation, rep or dem? Or you can say just nothing if you don't want to say
Nothing.
nothing.
Yeah.
I'm
Nah.
gonna choose not to
Yeah.
disclose that.
And, mm,
Yeah. 'cause
yeah.
everybody-
Both.
I feel
Wow.
like
I'm
third
independent.
party,
I agree
right?
with both sides on
Yeah.
certain things.
I feel like 2 years ago it was really polarized,
Yeah.
and like, and as the shows go on, like all of our episodes, a lot of the women are saying in the middle, and it's crazy. I just wouldn't have seen this before. I feel
Yeah.
like
Okay, well, technically it's dem, but like
Yeah.
it's
That's when you
very,
voted last,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's very neutral. Yeah.
Well, personally, as I've gotten older, as I've become an adult,
Mhm.
I can see Republican side. I'm not even gonna lie.
like there's tons of statistics that show
Yeah.
as you get older, like you're gonna swing to the Republican side.
Yeah.
It's just and there's tons of statistics that show that like it's not based off race or anything like that.
Mhm.
Like as you get older, you just get more conservative,
Right.
which in turn turns into those conservative values. What's yours, bro? So everybody can know that's watching. And if you want to kind of go into more of a detail for people.
I mean, as I mentioned before, I'm a Republican. That's what I ran on. I didn't make no secret about it. I'm pretty libertarian too. So, on some issues like drugs or gay marriage, things like that, I don't think the government should be involved anyway.
You're very
So
progressive on those
Exactly.
things.
I would just say I want the government out of it. And I'm very consistent on it, whether it's guns or drugs or marriage and all that stuff.
I've always really heavily agreed with the drugs one, man. Like it really bothers me that the drug policy that they have in the United States right now, compared to other countries that are
Yeah.
doing it really good, especially taking care of addiction how you're supposed to. So now I want to know what political affiliation do you want the guy that you're looking for? There's the 3.6 billion people on YouTube. One of them might slide in the DMs and he might be perfect. Let's some of these questions are going to be more of a preference question, kind of like what you're looking for, I guess you could say. So yeah. So what political affiliation would you look for?
it really doesn't matter as long as he agrees with my,
As long as y'all
terms.
match up.
Yeah.
Okay. What about you?
Uh,
Talk a little closer if you can.
I think very like pro-choice. Like I don't know,
He needs
very
to be
pro-choice.
very, very Democrat,
Mhm.
or in that sense at least.
Dang.
Yeah. What?
Nothing.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I would say it doesn't necessarily like exactly matter as long as he's open-minded and like morally we line up. Like the things that I strongly believe, as long as he's on the same page, you know, like,
You
if
can
we-
accept
we
the
can kinda,
Republican.
like, if he's open-minded, like we have to be able to like. I don't know. There's some things that you just can't negotiate.
Right.
So with me, there's some things you have to be on the same page for the most part with these. Other
But there's
things-
non-negotiables
Yeah,
for sure.
for sure.
Yeah.
Right,
Okay.
I'm gonna kind of like piggyback off of that. Like, they just have to be a little bit open-minded. Like, I know that our views are gonna be a little bit different, but I'm not gonna like shun you because of that.
But there's some non-negotiables that's just like screw you.
sure.
We ain't doing that one.
It's
Yeah.
kind of
Yeah.
sexy when
Yeah.
a guy knows like how to argue with you without like like
Without going too far.
Yeah.
Yeah.
or like hold a conversation, debate with you, but like
Well, especially if you're actually good at debating your side as well. Like,
Yeah.
it's not a good debate if
yeah,
one person's really good and one person's not. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying?
Right.
But yeah, if you're good at arguing back against them, yeah, I agree with you. It'd be really good.
You know, more on this topic, they actually did a survey, the American Family Survey. They do it every year, and the 2022 results came out as far as like groups of people, men and women, how happy they are with family life based on like if they're conservative or liberal. And what they found was, and you know, maybe you guys can pull up the article, as far as who's the most happy with family life, it was 61% conservative women.
Mhm.
After that, it was 51% conservative men. Then after that, it went down to 45% liberal men. And at the very bottom of who is happy with family life, it was 36% at liberal women.
Wow.
Yeah, then you guys can pull up these survey results.
I think I saw that one. Yeah. Like,
Yeah,
that's crazy.
What advice I give to a guy is, even if you're like liberal minded, you may want to try to go with someone who's a bit more conservative in their thought process, because they're more likely to get in line with what you need to do and lead as a man, as
Mhm.
opposed to like causing more conflict.
And trying to do like 50-50 stuff with you all the
that
time.
makes sense. But I
Yeah,
feel
it
like that's
doesn't
kind
really-
of like an ego-based thing. Like, oh, like for me, like if a man is like, oh, like I just want a woman that's just so tame and so conservative, so this and that. Like, I feel like you're intimidated by me. Like, I feel like you're threatened. Like, I feel like men be jealous of the women that they're with.
They
So is it
do.
jealousy
They
or
do.
intimidation?
I think it's an ego issue. I think your
You know,
ego is so
I
fragile.
think a lot
Having
of women throw. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'll cut you off.
yeah, like it's an ego thing. Like, oh, my woman is too much, to this, to that. Like, you want somebody that's toned down for like, I don't know, whatever reason. So to me, if there's a man that's like, oh, like this is too much, that's too much, like I want you to be more chill, relaxed, I'm like, oh, I feel like you're intimidated. Like, that's just not
You know,
my
this is something
personality.
that I hear a lot about women saying men are intimidated. A lot of us have been through quite a bit, actually. You know, we're just looking for the path of least resistance. It's not that I'm intimidated. I've been to probably 30 something countries. I've never been to Europe. I've been to some of the most dangerous places on the planet, almost life and death situations, worked every blue collar job you can imagine before I became an eye surgeon. We're not intimidated. And I think it's just a word of a cope that sometimes women will use to try to make themselves feel better about a guy who's trying to just get someone who's going to be on their page. No one is saying that the woman is going to be a slave to the man or just going to have to do exactly what they say. We are just saying that the path of least resistance is for us to find a woman who understands that we're going to be the leader and she's going to be the follower. And it just so happens that conservative women already have this mindset. That's why I think the numbers of the survey is correct when they say 61% of women who are conservative are happier with family life. They're more happier than the conservative men. I think they've actually figured out the system better than all of us.
When it comes to this intimidation topic, we have to also ask ourselves what quality of men are even intimidated, because I feel like high value men, well, I don't want to say that word, but men who are confident, are they really intimidated, or is it the men who are like not confident, who have low self-esteem? Those are the ones who are literally more intimidated. So you ask yourself.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of self-esteem
Yeah.
issues in it. Yeah, I would agree. Yeah, I mean, the thing that I see it too is that a conservative guy, like you were saying, they have all those leadership roles. Like they have everything like that you're gonna want as a woman if you're being honest with yourself. Like those type of conservative guys are the ones that have it. Whereas like a Democratic guy that's more of that 50-50 type of dude, you can say all day long that like it's an ego thing and stuff like that, or like that you would want that 50-50 guy. But I promise you wouldn't. Like at the end of the day, like there's certain things about that guy that you wouldn't like, but that guy who has the ego, you would love it. And the thing is, ego is not a bad thing for a guy. I don't think. Sometimes it is bad. Don't get me wrong. Ego is bad. Period. It's bad. It's bad for a woman. It's bad for a guy. But the thing is, if like my ego has driven me to the point where I'm very successful as a guy. But if I had a girl that had just the equal ego as me, we would be arguing all the time and it would never go anywhere, and I wouldn't be able to make it to the point that I'm at.
Are you subtly saying I have a big ego?
No, I'm just saying though that like, but usually
It's
what
okay, you could say it.
well, usually what happens is that like you're saying that, and you're right that there might be some guys with too big of an ego, but really the big issue is he can have a little bit of ego. It's her bucking up to him that's the issue. It's her adding to the ego. Whereas if she just fell into her role, like I always tell you, it's a 51-49 thing. Like it's not like I think I'm way better than the woman. It's compliment. It's just only one person can drive the car. There's only one steering wheel. That's the only reason why I'm 51.
I agree with what you're saying, but I'm gonna like my thing is I'm still gonna stand on what I said last time. Is I haven't come across, like y'all said, like the quality of man, like anybody that makes me want to sit down and be quiet, and like nobody gives me that safe space or that comfort to let you blindly lead me, and I can just I'm comfortable just listening to what you say. Like no, I don't trust anybody to that level or that extent. So even if it's like the beginning of me getting to know a man, like I'm trying to be like, yes, like please take the lead, but I'm still looking over my shoulder like, like you might not be able to keep me safe the way that I feel like I should be kept safe, So I agree with you, but it's all I feel like that shit is, like,
I just feel bad. I feel bad that women have to have that in the back of their mind. Like it sucks.
Sure.
And I completely, and my opinion on men today. Like I think men are just as shit. So like I totally agree, and I understand what you're doing, and like I understand that there's a lot of guys that won't measure up to what I'm talking about for sure. Because we kind of noted on it, I want to go back to something that you had kind of said earlier. You had brought up choice, right? Like you're pro-choice, correct? Let's bring that argument up just really quick. I want to know, do you think that men should have reproductive rights? And we'll start actually on this side right here.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
1,000,000%.
So like what I mean by reproductive rights, I'm saying that they're able to sign away, like after the baby is born or before the baby is born, they're able to sign a paper that says I'm not financially liable for the next 18 years.
Yes.
You like you should, like they should. Do you think men should have
reproductive rights?
Yeah, reproductive rights. It's a hard one.
Yeah, like no. Sorry, no. Yeah.
What about
made
you,
that
man?
Baby.
That's the politician. Talking to the mic, please.
In 2022 in the United States, yes.
In 2022 in the United States. Okay. What about you?
I think reproductive rights sounds kind of like broad, but like should they be able to sign their rights away over if they don't want it? For sure, because let me know from jump.
Exactly.
Then we could just so much less. Let me know right now. Do your thing. Easy. Yeah,
Would
for
that
sure.
just be like a man like deciding to not sign the birth certificate?
No.
Like
It's
literally
like just sign away their rights.
Well,
forever.
like they wouldn't even be signing the birth certificate. They would sign a paper beforehand saying
Yeah,
I'm not
I think
going to
that
be a part of
literal
it.
no legal
I think it's
obligation.
transparent. I mean, you might not like the decision, but hey, like
You think men should have choice as well?
you lay down with this person, like you understand what you, not necessarily, but
Yeah.
you know.
Here, I'll
Is it
explain
like
to
the
you.
male abortion? Sorry.
Well, I mean, a man can't abort anything.
Yeah.
So.
Well, yeah. Like,
But yeah,
that's
it's a
why-
financial
Should have
abortion.
some
But
levels
that's
of
but
that.
that's why I do feel like men should have the right because it's the woman's body,
Yeah.
right? And personally, if a man tells me before I had even keep this child that he doesn't want to be a part of this child's life,
It's fair.
I'm not keeping the child.
You're gonna go take care
So
of it. Yeah.
he's already telling you I don't want to be a part of this life, the child's life, and then you still go ahead and pop that baby out. He should be able to be like, all right, I'm not a part of this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I'm like, reproductive rights sounds very broad, but like,
Right.
should you be able to sign your rights away?
Right.
I mean,
You do your thing, do what you got to do, and I'm gonna do what I have to do.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Isn't
So
that kind of like
I'll explain to
putting
you
sign-
kind of why. Okay. So like since a woman can get a smortion, since a woman can do that, well, not in every state now, but say it was legal for you could get it done.
Yeah.
What it does is if the guy has also the right to be able to walk away, is that y'all are both held more accountable. Like the woman has, like she was saying, she has to think about it more. So like that's why it's better. I think it should be either one way or the other. Either y'all have abortions and we have the ability to right away,
Right.
or we both got nothing.
Agreed.
Like in Texas right now, a lot of people hate me when I say this, but
Agreed.
it's fair now.
I agree.
Like abortion's gone here. Well, it's fair. Like I didn't have any rights before. Now y'all got no rights either. Like it's fair here.
That's true.
And in the states where you can do it, I think the guys should be able to sign. It's a little bit weird when we're in the United States and we could just go to another state and shit. Like it's super weird. But yeah, like I definitely think it should be one way or the other.
Before the baby, like.
Yeah,
Right?
I'm pretty sure the way I don't know how the logistics would be because this has never been legal, but
Okay.
I hope a guy would sign away before or tell the girl beforehand like, yo,
Yeah.
I ain't gonna do this shit, so she
Yeah,
at least has the opportunity to
Yeah.
go get the schmishmortion or whatever she
That-
needs to do.
Schmortion,
Yeah. I agree with that for
Yeah.
for sure.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Okay. I also want to know because this is another political kind of thing. Should women be drafted? Do you like
Drafted into what?
into the
Girl,
army?
exactly.
Come on, all men are getting drafted. Feminists are fighting for it. You don't want this?
I feel like the strong woman. I feel like all the women who came to be strong, absolutely go right ahead.
Yeah,
Go
go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
But you don't want to?
I'm soft.
Okay. What about you? No?
No.
Do you think women should get drafted
If there's a world war, yes.
if there's a world war? Yeah, hey, I almost agree with that because a world war, if we're like the police of the world as the policemen of the world as the United States, we do need every
It should
person.
be
Right.
it should
to
be the
jump
last
in.
resort. Like my girlfriend.
Yeah,
in the
last resort.
military, So there's other jobs in the military besides fighting. There's a lot of
True.
support
Yeah.
stuff you can do.
Exactly.
Yeah, I just don't think they should be on the field with the men
Oh,
because
hell
then
no.
it distracts the
Yeah,
shit out of the
well,
men.
that's fair,
It's
okay.
very
But
distracting
that's
in
actually
war
a
or in
good
battle.
tactic. It's a good tactic if you think about
He
it.
means our men are gonna get
Okay.
distracted.
Yeah, our men are gonna get
Okay.
distracted. Yeah, not the enemy,
Now
bro.
that you mention it.
Should women be drafted?
No, fuck no. Like if you want to go do your thing, but no, fuck no. You can't. Don't require us. No,
Yeah.
hell. No. Okay, but I do understand what y'all are saying though. Like maybe like right, I could go be like a therapist in the fucking World War or some shit. Cool, maybe, but like go out there fight. Y'all got it. No way, no fucking way. If I ever got a draft letter, I'm wilding out. No fucking way.
I think so.
You go?
I
You
do.
would?
I do.
Okay.
Personally, it should be the women
I
that want to
just-
be men.
Right,
I
because
think y'all-
She doesn't want to be
I
a man.
just-
That's messed up.
You're not her, but
not
A
I mean, I
requirement?
just feel like women pick and choose what they want to like do. Like we're super feminist, and then like when
Yeah.
it comes to
No, I've
like
never
other-
signed up for this shit.
no, I
right,
agree.
and then when it comes to other stuff, we're like, nah, I ain't with it. But that's
So-
what you wanted.
So this leads into another thing. Would you give up your right to vote for the draft? So that means that if they were like, look, you can vote, but you got to sign up for the draft too, just like an 18-year-old man has to sign up for the draft whenever he votes. Like, would you give up your right to vote?
Yeah, I've never voted anyway. So I don't care.
Fuck the vote. You'll vote?
Really?
And you'll
Yeah.
get drafted and
Yep.
you'll take it?
Yep.
That's where it depends for me. It depends. Like,
If it's the easy job, it's a therapist job in the army.
fuck yeah,
Then
yeah.
you'll
Send
do
me
it?
to the draft. Like,
Okay.
I'm not fighting nobody, nothing. No, I could, but that's not my job, not my responsibility.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, you already said you'd go to the draft, so obviously, like, fuck yeah, I want to
didn't say
vote.
I would go to the draft, but
Oh,
you know,
but women should be
women-
drafted.
Yes,
Because they're
So
fighting
then
for it
what
and
if
stuff.
you get drafted? You're fine with that?
Yeah.
If you're
I
drafted
didn't
to go
say
to
that I
war,
would.
Well, she just feels
But the
like
thing
women
is,
have fought for it, so they
exactly,
should have
not
to.
me
Yeah.
specifically, but I'm
I
saying
think we
yes.
could if we fucking wanted to, but this bitch right here don't want to. So
And
no
I
for
agree,
me.
I don't either, and I hope it doesn't come to that point.
But
like,
don't
yes,
pick and choose when you,
you
want to be
can't.
equal
That's
to
what I'm
men.
saying.
Though.
Like you can't.
That's the
you
problem
can't
with
really
women.
do that.
No, I feel like okay, if women are going to be in the workforce, right? If we're doing the same job, just because I'm a woman, we're doing the same shit, I shouldn't be treated less.
Right.
But at the end of the day, I didn't ask to be in the workforce. So like whoever came along, like, oh, women want to go to work. I don't really agree with that. Like I would be fine being at home.
Yeah, I want to be a stay-at-home mom.
making sandwiches, kids, whatever. Like the classic, typical male woman. I didn't. ask to
Hey,
be
blame
going
the
to work.
financial system, guys. We
No,
wouldn't be
facts.
we wouldn't
We
be in this
wouldn't. You're
position if
right.
it wasn't for the dollar
You're
being
right.
devalued to the point where both people have to fucking
Mm.
work. Yeah, so yeah,
We
everybody
hate it here.
vote. Yeah, don't be mad at men. Men, don't be mad at women. Let's be
Right.
mad at the fucking Fed
Fuck the
because
system.
that's
Can I say
what
that?
fucked everything up. Yeah, for sure.
Fuck the system.
Wait. So why I want to go back to the reason why I like to bring that up is because somebody that came on my show, shout out to Just Pearly Things. She taught me something, and she was like one of the first things that caused everything to go out of balance years ago. You know, like 40, 50 years ago was whenever women got the right to vote. But there was no negative consequence that came with it. Men always had the right to vote at 18, but we had to get drafted.
Right.
There was a negative consequence for us to be able to vote, and shit started getting super uneven whenever women got the right to vote, but they had no negative consequences at all.
Which actually wasn't recently when everybody was voting. It was white women that that were had like the biggest population to be able to sway votes a different way.
I didn't know that.
Right?
I did not know that. If that's true. Is that? Do you know anything about that?
It makes sense.
Yeah,
I mean,
it does make sense.
White
It does
women
make
yeah,
sense.
like-
voting for yeah.
No, it makes sense. I want to know just really quick, what makes a guy creepy?
If he keeps texting me and I'm ignoring, if he's talking to himself,
He's talking to himself,
like,
basically.
I didn't text you. I didn't text you back. Like,
Fucking simps.
Come on.
Simps, man. What makes a guy creepy?
If you're doing a lot.
You're doing a
like,
lot.
If you're
Simping.
no,
I mean, that's
Yeah.
basically
Yeah,
simping. Yeah.
Simping.
yeah, I
Okay.
guess.
What makes a guy creepy?
I think like if you're like too emotional or like too into me too soon, like we went on a couple dates, now you're like, why are you not texting me back? What are you doing? Like, oh, I like you so much. I love you. Like, I've had like a weird, like men will weirdly be like, yeah, I want you to have my kids. And I'm like, I don't even fucking know you like that. Like that shit is weird. It's creepy. Like until I'm into you more than you're into me, like don't do that. That's weird.
Wait,
Don't
so they
blow
would
my
do that
phone
shit
up.
before y'all even like sleep together?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's some dorky
And
shit.
they
Yeah.
don't even know you. They just had like a couple conversations
Yeah.
with you, and they already like, "What's up?"
Like,
and I'm
yeah.
just like, I don't know.
It's weird. It's creepy. Like,
What makes a guy creepy to you?
Don't call my job.
Don't call your
Wait,
job.
what?
Don't call my job.
God
look,
damn.
girl,
I know. What the fuck?
But is it creepy? But is it creepy? If he's cute, I feel like
If the
like
energy is reciprocated,
it,
if the
yeah.
energy is reciprocated,
like we gotta be honest here.
Look,
Like,
Yeah, all that goes out the window if he's
no.
good looking.
for me, a man will know if I want you to fucking call my job out the blue or like
Don't
send
do that,
flowers or
please.
something like that. Like it'll be an equal balance of energy.
Right.
For me, like I'm so emotional. Like you will know if I want you to do some shit like that. Like
Right, yeah.
if
Yo.
I'm like you say, if you're talking to yourself and you show up at my job, like I'm calling like not the police,
Yo,
but
Chad.
somebody like my
Chad, she's
brother.
based as fuck, dude. She's based as fuck. Like she totally understands like all of it already.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Can
you
I tell
definitely
y'all?
get it.
yeah,
Like,
Yeah, you did say that you watched
Can
the
I
show,
tell
didn't you?
y'all the
yeah. And I have
creepiest
5
thing?
brothers, so you know.
yeah. So no,
Yeah.
this
Yeah,
is.
you know exactly
Dude,
what it
if
is.
any girl with like a really good dad or a bunch of
Yeah.
brothers always understands this shit perfectly.
Yeah.
Like, no, it's so funny.
Nah,
Can I
tell
he's
y'all the
subtly saying our
creepiest-
dads aren't shit.
Yeah. So I'm not saying that. So I just want to know really quick: is there a height that y'all prefer?
5'10".
5'10".
and above.
Yeah, and
5'10" and above for you?
Mhm.
Height
I don't have like a specific preference, but like
5'6".
for now, no, I'm 5'8" and up.
Okay.
I'm a taller person, so I would prefer someone that's taller than me.
How tall are you?
I am 5'9".
Oh, okay. I didn't
For
even
a
tell. I
woman.
can't even tell.
Average.
Yeah.
Average woman's 5'6", so
Oh,
I'm
okay.
5'9".
So like what would you want the guy to be? 6 foot, 3
Yeah.
inches taller at least?
Yeah.
Damn, that sucks. That's a hard thing to find. Good luck. I want to know what's the income preferred?
80K or above.
80K or above.
You don't have to make more than me,
No.
bro.
You don't have
You
to make
don't.
more than
Just
you.
You don't.
You
You
capping,
really
bro.
don't.
You
Nah,
capping.
you don't. No.
How much do you make?
Dang.
You want me to say?
No, you don't have to.
No,
I
yeah.
can give you like a range.
Yeah, give it a range.
Okay. About 75 to 80.
Okay,
pretty good.
so you just want him to be around there at least.
You can be equally.
He needs to be at
Yeah.
least 80.
No,
Or he
like,
could be less.
doesn't-
He makes
doesn't-
50K.
Yeah.
Have you ever
That's
done that
fine.
before?
My parents, like, that's the thing. Like, when my parents came to the U.S., right? My dad was the only one working. He
Where'd
was
your
making
parents come from? I'm sorry.
Ethiopia. I'm Ethiopian,
Okay.
born and raised.
Yeah, period.
But like my dad was making somewhere, like he was a taxi driver. You know, he was making 50K, whatever, right? And he was supporting
Talk a
me,
little closer. if you can.
he was supporting me, my brother, my mom. So and we were living okay. Like it wasn't bad.
Mhm.
So I feel like if someone is making 50K and I'm making, you know, we're gonna
Yeah.
live good.
Yeah. So, but have you done this before? I'm really really curious. Have you done this type of relationship with a guy before,
What you mean?
where like you were making more and he was making less than you
For a period of time.
in a serious
yeah.
relationship?
Yeah.
Yeah.
For a period of time.
And then like, did he start making more? Or
Yeah,
what
he did.
happened? And then
He
he
did.
started making
Yeah.
more. Okay. Well, I just like to
He
say
was
that
just
like
like-
women can say that at first, but there's always a timeline on it.
Right.
There's always you can only do it for so long before you're gonna be like, yo, dude, you're like, what the fuck are you doing? You need to step your shit up.
sure.
Like,
So
like,
if he's making like 80K and I'm making 90K, I'm gonna be like, oh, you need to step it up a little bit.
I think that at a certain point you will. Not, it might not be in a month, it might not be 6 months, it might not be a year, it might be 2 or 3 years. But at a certain point, you're gonna want to expect better. And it's just here's the thing.
provider.
Yeah, and here's the thing. There's nothing offensive about
Yeah.
it. Like the thing is, for 300,000 years as Homo sapiens, the thing that made what women needed was a provider, a guy that could always provide and fix any issue, do anything that you needed, whether it was spearing a fucking cougar or fucking making a fire. It doesn't matter. A man had to be able to solve any issue for you. So it's not like y'all are like your nature. It's not a bad thing. It's something that y'all needed to make sure that you could have children.
Yeah.
It's not even a selfish thing. It's because your body is always thinking about having children. It's always like, if I have children, will I have a guy that can take care of it? That's what
Yeah,
your
that
body
can
is
protect
always
me and my
subconsciously
child,
thinking.
right.
Yes, and that's why women always need providers, and guys always want a really pretty girl. I mean, we just want to make
Yep.
pretty
I would
babies.
say on this topic, there's definitely some exceptions to the rule. Like
Mhm.
definitely seen women, because I know a lot of female doctors who are married to guys who make less.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I'm sure you see this all the time.
But I see way more female doctors who make more and don't want to be with a guy who makes less.
Right.
That's generally the rule. But no, I do think there really are some women who can make more and work with a
And
guy.
be okay with it.
It actually does happen, and you know, it really depends on like basically like how logical she is, or maybe it's just from like her life experience, like she's seen her dad do it, so it's something maybe she can deal with. But generally, they can't.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I've definitely seen it happen, so it's not impossible.
It's just a general basis. It just might be a
And
little
that's
bit
really
harder.
the advice I give to, because a lot of pre-med students come up to me, a lot of women, they shadow me, and I tell them like about like relations. I'm like, listen, if you're gonna go to medicine, that's great. You know, I think it's great women are in medicine. Women taught me how to do cataract surgery. But if you're going in there, you have to be okay with the possibility that you may have to be with a guy who makes less.
Yep.
If you cannot wrap your head around that,
Mhm.
you really need to reconsider, because your final happiness is going to come from kids and a family.
Yeah,
after
it's not
your
going to be your
30s.
career.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
even me, like I like my career, but at the end of the day, it's really just my job.
Yeah.
So you really got to think about your future.
Yeah, that is so true. Yeah, and a lot of people just like let that slip. Like, well, a lot of women today, y'all don't even mean to do it. Y'all got kind of pigeonholed into the workforce and shit. And next thing you know, you become super masculine, or you become a super good worker and all this stuff. And then you realize at 30, 40, like, oh shit, all these statistics, all these things are showing that, oh, what really makes me happy is a family and kids. It's
Mhm.
like Jennifer Aniston is the biggest slap in the face recently. Like, I can't believe how that happened to her. And like, you would never think, like, that's the type of woman that I
Yeah.
never thought that would have happened to. And it's just like, holy shit, man. And she's sad as fuck. She's not gonna have kids now. Hey, do we want to go ahead and do the video, Donnie? Or here, actually, we'll wait till she comes back to for doing the video. I want to know really quick, how do y'all source for dating? Do you usually meet them on dating apps, Instagram, or cold approach? Start with you.
Hinge and Instagram.
Hinge and Instagram.
And I go out, and I do go out.
Which one is your favorite? Like the guys that you've hooked up with, or the guys that you've clicked with the best? Which one of them came from? Like, which one of those three was the best one?
Instagram.
Instagram.
Yeah.
Okay. What about you? Instagram, dating apps, or cold approach?
Mutual friends.
Mutual. So cold approach mostly.
Yeah. Like
Talk closer to the mic if you can.
mutual friends, or I've known you, seen you around. We've worked together. We've went to school together.
So it's always
Yeah,
personal, or
yeah.
or you know, I call it organic, because in this day and age.
Right.
What about you?
Yeah, same. Like cold approach or like mutual friends. People that I've knew like in college that I've like recently.
Like organic too?
Yeah, like
All organic, man. I hate the internet shit. I just think I mean, it works sometimes,
I hate
but
the internet. Fuck the internet.
I mean, sometimes
I
it
love
works.
it, but,
I have some sisters who found really great dudes on there, but they're in the older I think for my generation, millennials, it's a little bit easier. But if you're like Gen Z, it's fucking toxic as hell to be
Yep.
doing online dating. It's just super toxic. Are you okay? Can you hear?
Yes, I can. Sorry.
Am I stepping on?
Nah, I'm good. Hold
Okay.
on. Oh, I see it. I see the issue.
Oh, was it stuck?
It was.
Um,
What was the question?
I'll let you answer this one. Yeah. The last, or it was, how do you normally source for dating?
So-
Instagram, cold approach, or dating apps?
So my last ex, actually, I met him online.
Online.
It was a good relationship.
What was the app that you met him on? Just
I
out
met
of
him on
curiosity.
Hinge.
Okay.
And it was during COVID.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
we obviously couldn't see each other, and that was the relationship that we went for the communication for a really long time without even like having sex or anything like that.
Yeah.
So it worked for me, and I did that with my other exes.
Why did it end though?
Financials.
Financials? What do you mean? Like he
Responsibility.
wasn't good at financial?
No, yes. I just wasn't willing to raise someone.
Oh, these damn children, men, huh?
She was
Yeah.
daddy.
Yeah.
I was.
I also want to know, other than that guy though, like before him, how were you sourcing? Like, what was your favorite source? Was it always dating apps? Was it
In person.
in person
Yes,
before
that
him?
was, honestly,
That was your first online meetup?
yes,
Okay.
yes.
Yeah, no, a lot of people were really curious about how women. I always
I
say
don't-
that it's mostly cold approach usually,
Yeah.
which this pan was mostly that.
Right.
Now we'll wait for the other girl to come back down before we do it.
Yeah.
I want to know: would you rather have a guy with money, status, or looks? If you had to choose between these three: money, status, or looks, you can only get one of them.
Money.
Money,
Status.
status.
I'd probably say status. You
'Cause
know,
it's
'cause I feel
gonna-
like it's
'cause
gonna.
it's
'Cause the
gonna-
money's
the
gonna come
money
back.
gonna tie
Yeah,
in
it's
with
gonna-
it.
Yeah, but if he's a
Not always.
multi-billionaire,
Sometimes.
yeah. Is it, well, I guess
Like,
we're
most
gonna
times,
think of a status guy that's like that broke dude that like posts all the
Ooh, don't-
pictures and
yeah,
acts like
that's what I'm
and acts
saying.
like.
Oh,
Oh,
but you
okay.
can- but
oh,
you
if we're
can-
doing like that. Like,
But you can use that, but you can also have it the other way.
Well, if you maybe you can teach him how to actually make money with his status instead of being a bum. Yeah,
well, maybe the other way.
I'm
If, you're,
tired
like,
of
if you got
teaching.
money, if you're a billionaire
Yeah.
and maybe you're just lame, and I get with you, I could probably like put you on. Like I
Yeah.
probably like turn you up and give you status.
Yeah.
Like you know, like
No.
socially.
Because
So
status
you
will
want
make
the
him
money.
cheat. Because you got to think a lot of women
Ooh.
want. Listen, 90% of
Oh,
women want
true,
10%
you're
of men, right? So if he has that status, you know how many people are going to be in his DMs? Like, come
Man,
on.
shout out to your brothers, man.
Hey,
God damn, they're
she's
doing a
based
good
as
ass
hell,
job,
bro.
Damn,
She's
honestly, you gotta.
super
They're doing
based.
a
No,
good
like
ass job.
so this next question goes really good with
Yeah.
that. Kind of like the cheating thing. Would y'all rather have a part-time pimp or a full-time simp? So what that means is the part-time pimp is the guy that maybe once a year he's gonna go on the work trip and he might sleep with a girl while he's out of town, on his flight. You're never gonna know about it, and he doesn't do anything else wrong for the rest of the year. But the full-time simp, he's a full-time simp. He's gonna be constantly DMing girls, talking to them, constantly sending money to girls when they ask for
Paying their
$20.
tuition.
Like just doing a lot of really simpy shit while y'all are together. Like you constantly catch him with these issues. He's always liking girls' pictures too on Instagram. All right. Would you rather be with that full-time simp or the part-time pimp?
Definitely
start
the
with
pimp. Definitely the part-time pimp at this point. Because I might be a pimp too. So
Those are the only options.
Yes. Part-time pimp or full-time simp?
Part-time pimp.
Part-time pimp.
Yeah.
Part-time pimp.
Part-time
I'll
pimp.
take that like
Oh, yeah, that was a really
Personal
easy
attachment.
panel.
Yeah.
Sometimes I have to
attachment,
argue
not
with somebody and
public.
explain why. Yeah, but do y'all understand why that bothers you so much when a guy's simping like that?
It's
Yeah.
emotional.
It goes
Because
back.
he's providing for somebody else, and you're supposed to be
It goes
doing that
back
for
to the
me.
provisioning thing.
Yeah, right.
Because for thousands of years, remember, what did y'all look for? A guy that could fully provide for you. And what's it mean if he's going and giving attention or money to another girl? He's giving the fish that he just caught to the other crave woman.
All right.
It's
Aw,
fucking.
you want her
it's
to be
fucking
your
it up.
mate.
Yeah, no. So you'll hate a guy way more that does that than the guy that just randomly sleeps with the other cave woman and comes back to you.
right.
But only one Cape woman.
Only one.
Only one.
That's how.
I want to know what's a red flag that turns you on. Sorry.
Turns me on.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess like aggressive.
Aggressive.
I love me an aggressive man.
Confident, aggressive.
Yeah,
She
exactly.
literally.
That's you?
Yeah.
You like the aggressive?
So you want an aggressive pro-choice man?
Yeah.
Asinine,
she
ass
does.
backwards shit. I ain't never. God
Dude,
damn.
You always find the contradictions. Like
Yeah.
it's nothing.
Ain't nobody gonna fit.
What's a red flag that turns you on?
Same possessiveness.
Mhm.
Well, but again, it's only if I already like you.
Right.
If I don't like you, then you're a fucking creep. So,
Right.
Okay.
but I feel like that's not a red flag. To a certain level, it's just being like more dominant, right? Or no?
Yeah, the masculine. They're just being a
Yeah.
man. They're just
Yeah.
being the man. What about you?
I would just say someone that can make decisions, like very stern in their decisions.
Very stern. Yeah, strong
Yes.
man.
Even if it's not.
We talk
like-
closer if you can.
Sorry, even if it's not necessarily the right decision. I mean, you can dress it up a
You
little
just-
bit, you know.
Yeah.
But
As long as he's saying it like
yeah,
with his chest.
yeah, with his chest.
With his chest, guys.
Like-
I be preaching this shit
Right.
all the time, guys. Like y'all can be as big of an asshole as you want, as long as you say it with your fucking chest and you don't say sorry afterwards.
Don't say sorry.
All right.
say-
I want to know what's a deal breaker for you. What's something that you're just like, if he has this quality trait, you're just done.
Does it have to be a quality trait?
I mean, just anything, just a deal
Okay.
breaker. Like he has guns on his Instagram or
Okay.
something.
A man with kids.
A man with kids, deal breaker. Oh man,
Yeah, bro, nasty fingernails.
nasty fingernails. Oh shit,
I mean,
don't
you
look
can
at me.
work with that. You can work with that.
What's a deal breaker for you?
Kids.
Yeah.
Kids. What's a deal
That-
breaker for you?
Teeth.
Teeth.
Yes.
That's
You
a
can
really
work-
good
you
one.
can work on that.
That's a really
Teeth.
good one.
You
Yeah.
can work on that.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
can,
I didn't
and
think
then
about
you've
that.
seen
Yeah.
it, all the big ass fucking alligator teeth that they have. I don't like that.
The veneers? You don't like
Yes,
veneers?
I mean to a certain extent because it's really getting out of hand.
Some-
It is. Those
you know-
veneers are getting out of hand.
Oh, they are. They are.
They are getting.
Yeah.
Okay. Wait. So who were the people who said no kids? Did you say no kids?
No
You said no kids. How old are
I
you
said
now?
no kids
28.
too.
How old are you now?
25.
How old are you again?
26.
Man, y'all are all getting to the age where you might have to take a baby daddy.
Well,
I'm sorry.
Can I,
That's what I'm
can I
saying.
actually
Right.
change mine really
Actually,
quick? Can I change my
right.
answer?
No,
Oh.
Yeah,
yeah.
if I could change my answer, I would say it was deal breaker, right?
Yeah.
Men that are mean, just mean for no reason, or just be like promising, saying they're gonna do things unprovoked that they don't do. Like, no.
Just let it go.
Yeah.
Those are the worst.
Let me ask.
Yeah.
You saying you don't want a guy that's mean, you know, or doing things that are not promised. Would you say that females do it just as much?
Are mean?
Yep, mean
No.
or say like
What?
no.
Okay.
I don't know. I think women are mean to other women. I don't think women are just mean to their man
Huh?
unnecessarily.
Girl,
So-
what?
Unprovoked.
Yeah, unprovoked.
You
Are
don't think
y'all?
so?
I don't. No, if I'm no, like no.
Women are
I think
But I'm
absolutely
not
women are
against like
mean.
all
Women
mean
are mean.
people though. I'm a very
Women-
like I hate anybody that's mean. Like that's a big thing. Man, woman, whatever. But I don't think women are.
Women are mean to
Mean,
their men. A lot of women are.
Yeah, I
Well,
mean,
but some guys like that submissive woman that's gonna like.
not be mean.
I mean, I've heard
But I
some
feel like
horror
is she
stories.
being
Like,
mean or is she just
I
being
just-
too masculine?
yeah,
like
like-
everybody's saying,
Well,
is she
but
being
then
too
they hate
dominant?
it, but then they like it.
I've
So
heard
it's
women
kind
hitting
of
their
like-
boyfriends.
when
Like,
a
it's
guy-
crazy out there.
Hey Matt, what were you saying?
I mean, I've heard stories of women like hitting their boyfriends.
I
and
don't
like,
Yeah.
yelling
Well, I
at
don't
them.
like-
Women are bullies.
It's
to their
crazy.
men.
That's
It just
different.
depends what
That's-
kind of guy they're with, and there are a lot of women that run the relationship. Like,
Yeah.
if y'all want to be honest about like how many relationships are like me and my girlfriends, where like I'm 51, she's 49. Most of them are not like that.
Yeah.
And most of my previous relationships were not like that. Like the women kind of run shit these days, and the
Mhm.
reason why is because most guys
America.
get into relationships are simps. Like there's
Yep.
there's like most, if you want to be honest about most people that are in relationships are not in good relationships. They're very toxic. They're
Yes.
not good. That's
Yeah.
just the truth of the world today, and the reason why is because we're not couples that are trying to work together to go further. We're couples that are competing, fighting against
Yeah.
each other. One of my favorite quotes I always bring up is about the two horses, and like, yeah, like you're gonna do way better with a teammate. You're gonna do way better in 10 years with a badass teammate by your side than trying to be solo.
Right.
Like, it's just not gonna work.
I think one of the issues that we're having with a lot of these conflicts is that there's no defining of a hierarchy as far as like who's going to be the leader. Like between me and my girlfriend, we've been together for 2 years now, and she understands I'm the man. I lead. She follows me. Now there are some instances that she does things better than I do, so I take her advice when it comes to that. But for the most part, she understands. Like she defers to me. Now if you're in a relationship where you never had the discussion about what is the hierarchy, and you just went by this thing that's understood, eventually you're going to keep butting heads with each other, and just not going to work.
Yeah, and like the thing, ladies, just as like a little tip, to never make you feel like you're like being super, put down or anything like that. Most guys, or at least for me, or if you want to talk to guys about this, tell them about complementarianism, which is where that's the exact opposite of egalitarianism, and that's where it's not that the man or the woman is better. It's just that the woman is really good at certain fucking things,
Yes.
and the man is really good at certain fucking things. Now, don't get me wrong. Like I said, only one person can drive the car, 51-49. So like I think that the guy should always be the leader driving the car. But there's certain things that my girl kicks my ass at. When it comes to cooking, she did a whole Thanksgiving meal. Like, so there's certain things that she kicks my ass at, and she's gonna keep growing and getting really good at those things. And there's certain things that I kick ass at, and I'm gonna keep growing and getting good at those things. And it's not that one of us is better than the other. I'm complimentary to her, and she's complimentary to me. I'm really good at some things. She's really good at some things. That's how I think relationships should be. But sometimes it's like what we're saying, you start competing with each other. It's horrible.
So I got a question real quick for Matt. Actually, what are some of your deal breakers?
Children, actually, that is a deal breaker. I can't do that. Obesity, fat. Are we allowed to say fat on YouTube?
Yeah, say it.
Okay.
Yeah, no, you're canceled, bro.
There we go.
You knew it was coming.
For me personally, I don't really like things like piercings and provocative areas or tattoos. That typically is going to work for me. Because typically, like, I'm around like other doctors. I go to conferences. I'm meeting politicians. So I can't just like I was meeting Congressman Pat Fallon like last week. You know, I was trying to catch up with him. I'm introducing my girlfriend to him. I can't, you know, bring a girl who has like tats on her and be like, "Hey, Congressman Fallon, this is my girl." I mean, it's just not gonna it's not gonna work. I also need someone who's I can't deal with someone who's just gonna be argumentative or combative. Like, basically, I can't deal with a feminist. Like, if someone says like they're a feminist, or, you know, they have like very like not really grasp of reality, talking about things like my truth. These are just red flags in my head that are just going to cause problems down the road. Because typically, if you're vetting a woman, you really have to look at down the road. You can't just be like, and I get it, a lot of guys just want to go out there and have fun and whatever. I'm not that type of guy, and I get it. Some guys want to do it, that's fine. But for me, like, if you're vetting a woman, you have quite a few deal breakers, to be quite frank with you.
No, dude, I completely agree with you, man.
I think that's a great segue into one of the things that we can discuss.
Yeah, is it the video?
It's actually the post.
Yeah. Go
One
to
of
the
these
post.
posts. I want to read this real quick, so let me share my screen as well for the
chat.
viewers, and I want you ladies' thoughts on this.
Oh yeah, this is something I actually shared earlier on Instagram.
I'm dead. I saw this.
Yeah.
So let's read this here. So it actually says, him thought ass friends, me broke ass homies.
Birds of a feather.
Laughing face.
That's true.
Birds of a feather.
They flock together.
So I want to go ahead and let's go around the table and get each of y'all's thoughts about that.
Yeah, we'll start with you.
I mean, like they said, birds of a feather
Right.
flock together.
Yeah.
Like that's why, like, that's that saying. I don't show me who you are. Like, show me who your friends are, and I'll show you who you are. So
Or who you'll be in the
exactly.
future.
So that's literally what it is. That's how I see it.
Yeah. Okay. What about you?
I don't know why y'all sat us together, because like she's literally taking what I was gonna say.
Everything y'all been agreeing on everything tonight. They're the same, and then they're the same.
No,
And
you-
your name's Erica. Your name's
I-
Derek.
No, she's right though. Like, literally, show me your closest friends, and I'll tell you who you are.
Yeah.
That's true.
That's true. What
Yeah.
about you? What do you think about?
I don't know. I'm gonna disagree. I think that people are capable of like coming together and still being individuals. I think especially with social media and things like that, people will put on like a big front and make it seem like they are who their friends are or things like that. But it's like when you get to know somebody behind closed doors, at the end of the day, more times than not, if you know them from social media or whatever, it typically lines up of like, you're not really who you act like you are. And I think that's for a lot of people. So
How can you act broke if you're broke?
that's the thing, is they not gonna act broke. They're gonna act like they're not broke.
But
Like, and then
okay.
Yeah, but like what
Like-
she's saying is that, like, because I was saying, you know, if a guy's hanging around with a bunch of broke guys,
But
you
he's the
know,
one that
like,
has money.
yeah, like if
oh,
he's,
maybe I'm probably the dumb one. I don't know if I misunderstood the post.
yeah,
You
no,
know,
but
Can
so
we go
Get it
back
out.
to it?
Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
'cause now I'm
yeah,
confused.
just bring it back up really quick.
Just
Yeah,
hit
thought
it.
ass friends, broke ass homies. It's just showing that, like, you know, it.
Just
You,
feel
you go ahead.
I'm sorry.
No,
I
no,
just
no,
feel
you go
like
ahead.
everybody is put in a category despite what they may know about each other. All we have to see is like based off of appearance, and when we get in these certain situations and settings, like we really don't know each other, and sometimes like those certain atmospheres bring us together based off of similarities. So I would say birds of a feather, they do, but
But you kind of agree with her where, like,
you
it's
really
not
have
always
to
the
get
same.
you really do have to get to know another person. But at the same time, if you got homegirls that are all thoughts,
Then yeah,
and
you're
you
gonna
kicking
become
it with
one
a bunch
too.
of
Yeah.
What are you
thoughts,
doing? That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I can be in the middle.
Well, like, so, like, I think
I'm
you're
still
right.
confused
Like,
with
there
my
might
question.
be a little exception of the
Yeah,
rule where there's
yeah.
some girls that got a group of thought friends, and like they don't, or like maybe they're that girl where they got a group of thought
Or
friends,
they have
but as soon as
categories of friends.
or categories
are
of friends,
they
Because
the
I
Yeah.
put my
best
friends in
friends?
categories.
Yeah.
Or-
There are friends
or-
that I go out with.
Uh-huh.
There are friends that I go to church with. There are friends that I can invite to the kickback.
But
Yeah.
who are your
Right, that
best
you can't
Yeah.
invite to the
friends?
But who are your
kickback.
closest
Your
But
best
who are
friends?
friends
your
are
best
multi-purpose friends where
Yeah.
you can do all of those
Everything.
things with.
But if you had to pick and you were like, oh, these two are my best friends,
Because you're gonna have a maid of honor one day.
You know what I'm saying?
You
They
are.
kind of like
That's why I
Well,
said I'm
definitely
not
one
for
group
it.
is going to influence you more
Yeah,
than any
exactly.
others. There's
Right.
definitely
Exactly.
one group that is like the group that really influences you, you know. And
Right.
that's all that post is saying is that we are influenced by the people around us, and that's not a joke. We all know that our environment's our destiny.
For
That is
sure.
like if whatever you're around is going to make who you are. But the big reason why we wanted to bring this up is because here's the thing, though, and this has nothing to do with what y'all are really saying, but a guy who does this, a guy who has nothing but broke ass homies, say for 10 years from 20 to 30, you know, he's doing that. All it takes is him getting one good group of homies and his whole life changes from 30 to 40.
That's
Okay.
true.
But what happens to a woman if she spends her 20 to 30s with the wrong group of guys? Or with the wrong group of girls, she could end up being put to the point, and then she's post wall, and she did all the hoeing and stuff, and then she's not going to be able to get the good guy. The thing is, the guy can fuck around for 10 years with the shitty guys.
Yeah.
The woman does not have no fucking time to do it.
Well, I mean,
you
if
got
she,
no time.
I
I
mean,
mean,
they can just fuck off because
but that's
They're
not
guys,
not
you know.
true because she can always move states, you know, and start a new life.
Yeah, y'all can always. Hey, I
but you gotta
always
do the most too.
Yeah, I want to also say though, because this
Some
kind of goes
habits
back
die
to
hard.
that. Like the thing is, a woman can sometimes lie and get away with, you know,
Yeah.
like I mean, yeah, we can't tell what your body. There's not a number on your head that tells us your body count,
Thank God.
but you'd be surprised, especially the guys that are very socially calibrated and the guys that are very intelligent. They can find out what your body count is or an estimate of it just by fucking talking to you,
That's
just by
true.
looking at your Instagram, just by having so many conversations, or just by sleeping with you. A socially calibrated man that's actually the type of guy that you might want, they're the ones that know women the best.
Yeah.
And they will definitely be able to tell if you're lying. If you're like, I've only been with 5 guys, but then everything else doesn't add up, they're definitely not going to believe you.
Right.
So I got a question for the panel about this post, and this is going to tie into something that Matt just mentioned about thinking about a woman's future. So you got two different people here. You got a man that is broke now, and you got a woman that is a thought right now. Let's say 10 years pass, the man is now got money, the woman now is no longer sleeping around. Which one of their past is going to haunt them the most?
Definitely the woman.
And let's start on
We'll start.
Yeah. I feel like, you know, society based men off wealth anyway, and most men start making money when they're older. So you expect men to be broke. Like that's going to happen, but you don't expect women to be whores.
Yeah. Yeah, or you just don't want it to be that.
Yeah.
What about you?
literally
Yeah.
like
Stop copying
But,
her, man. Be original.
nah.
I'm just kidding.
If
Okay,
you
then
wanna
ask
say-
me
I'll
first
just
next
kid-
time.
I
No, I agree. Like, it's very hard for a woman to come back from all that.
Hmm.
It kind of goes back to what we were talking about earlier with whenever I told you, my ex said, hey, don't tell anybody, like, you've done this, and this with so many guys. So
Mhm.
it kind of ties back to that.
Yeah.
But-
I gotta lie about it almost.
Yeah,
Damn
no.
near shit.
A woman's past is definitely gonna obviously haunt her when it comes to something like this. I would argue though, a guy's past in this case would actually help him.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
for sure. It's like a come up.
Yeah,
It is.
exactly.
I mean,
It's
you
like-
got
That's true.
money. You
I
got
didn't
more
think
money.
about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, for
It's
sure.
like
Even
this
think about
guy
that.
struggled and he still came back where it mattered the
Yeah.
most.
Meanwhile,
On the flip side, if a woman were to like make more money if she gets to 30, that's good for her. But
Who
as far
cares?
as like on the sexual marketplace, generally guys are,
damn,
Yeah,
we got
exactly.
her. We
at
had
least the
her.
guys you're into are probably not going to care too much about it. So really, as far as like the best way for a woman to invest in her future is to like, you know, not be promiscuous in her 20s.
Yeah. No, that's true.
Yeah. If a man is broke and then he's not broke 10 years later, it's a come up.
Yeah.
A woman could be on OnlyFans for 6 months and make $1 million. And it's like, oh, you came up,
You tainted
but,
for life.
but you blah, blah, blah. It's always going to be a negative connotation.
You
to
for
it
the
when you-
streets.
Yeah, exactly. Like it's no, yeah. So
Buy me a Khalifa.
I would agree. The same.
Yeah, you would
Yes,
say that.
would
Yeah. No, like so. Whenever like I posted that earlier, I wasn't even seeing it from the perspective that we're all talking about right now. I was mind blown because I was like, oh my god, it really, because I always see things from, I always try to see the equality of the other side, and it was like, oh my god, it is true. Men do need to have better circles. But then Donnie was like, yeah, but we can waste 10 years. They can't. And it was just like, oh shit, man, you're right. Like I didn't even get that until he told me earlier. But yeah, good props to you, bro. I want to know now. Would you rather have a protector or a provider? So what I mean by that is like the muscly guy or the guy with the money, basically.
The money.
The money.
I gotta pick one.
Yeah, you're scientifically driven to want both, so you got to make a choice though.
I want to say like protective, but the money.
But yeah, but we'll just say
Yeah.
protected for now. I got another question that I'll bring it back to.
I'm gonna go with protector.
Okay.
Provider.
Provider.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a tangible. Like,
If y'all can be honest with this, what did you grow up like? What socioeconomic level did you grow up in? Middle or lower class or upper?
Middle. You can say
Middle.
middle. Yeah.
Middle lower.
Middle lower.
Same middle lower.
Middle lower.
middle.
Middle up.
Yeah.
I'm surprised. Just usually from my experience, I've learned that most women that are middle upper are looking for the protector because you've always had provisioning fully taken care of you your whole life. It's never been an issue. So it's like you might take the guy with muscles because you don't give a fuck about money. Or if you got a good career, you wouldn't give a fuck about money. But the women that grew up lower class or grew up in a more socioeconomic level where it was hard, there was hardships, you might want a provider more than a protector. That's just a theory I have, though.
I got a
pretty
question
wrong.
for the ladies too.
Yeah.
Off of that, like going around the table. Did y'all grow up in a two or a single parent household?
Yeah, single parent or two parent household.
50-50. I had a lot of stepmoms. So
You
they were in
said
and
a
out.
lot of stepmoms.
They were in and out.
What about stepdads with your mom?
No.
No.
Nope.
Okay.
Both. They've been married for 26 years.
Okay.
I grew up in a 2-parent household, but not like a good 2-parent household. So
Doesn't
Same.
count.
yeah.
28.
What,
It's like
just
when
so
I
they
was
know,
like,
did you
I'm
grow up
so
in a
divorced.
2-parent or a
Y'all
single
should've
parent?
split
Same.
Mostly it was just my dad. My mom left when I was in high school.
Okay. Hey, but it goes to show that this is something that we like to talk about all the time. A single parent household that's risen by the father doesn't have near the negatives that a single parent household with a mother sometimes. And you're an example of that, being a doctor
He
and
wouldn't let
everything.
you get
Well,
away with
that is
anything,
true
so.
because actually my mom passed when I was 1, so I only had my father. So
Oh.
I can see that point.
Yeah, that's why you're so damn based. Jesus Christ. Makes sense. I want to know just real quick, does the underwear they wear matter? Do you care about a guy's underwear that he
No,
wears?
no.
He can have the whitey ties on, you don't give a
I
shit?
don't care.
Okay.
It matters.
It does matter?
It matters.
You'd leave him alone if he had the whitey tighties?
What's your preference?
I don't. Not briefs.
Not
Yeah.
briefs?
Not briefs. Nothing that looks like speedo.
Nothing that looks like a Speedo?
Yeah, that
Okay.
leads to other
Agreed.
questions.
Agreed. It matters. If
Huh?
I don't.
You think it matters?
Yeah. That's
Does it matter?
fringe.
I have never really thought about that. I don't know.
Hey, this is a different panel.
I
Yeah,
had
I
a
thought
picture
about
and
that.
I'm like,
Hey,
Yeah.
this is
I
I
crazy.
really
don't
haven't
want
thought
that
about that. I don't
I'm-
have an answer. I
I'm really
really
happy
don't.
that this is a panel where we had 2 girls say that they didn't care because most of the other panels all said they cared a lot. So that's really cool that,
Yeah.
y'all just proved my theory wrong. 'Cause I always thought it was a way bigger deal.
Sometimes it can look kind of feminine, and there's like kind of
Right.
like,
There's
like,
that's questionable. You
Yeah.
got other, you got
But-
other
but-
questions. Follow
Wait,
that.
but you also said you wanted a protector over a provider, right?
yes, because I feel like so kind of opposite what you said. Like I know I'm like if I had to be in the situation to be the provider, I could. If I had to provide for mine and my man's household, I could.
Okay.
So you
but
want
like-
the protector.
But the chances of me protecting you compared to you protecting me, like we're done for. Like I could do what I can, but at the end of the day, like you are the man. Like
But your
you gotta
protector
be,
can also get beat up.
girl, I'd rather him be getting beat up than
Okay.
me be getting beat up. Like
Yeah.
I'm not. No, I
Well-
can't protect us. Like
well, what I always like to say is
Yeah.
that a provider can just buy a gun today, man. Y'all go to the
Yeah,
government.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Really?
saying.
That's why
Like
There's-
it's
in
simple. It's
Texas.
simple.
It's
That's
been
why I
it's
said
been
protector.
three
You
it's been
can't
3
get
or
that
4
money
it's
like
been about
that.
300-400 years where like we didn't need
but then I feel like it's both
we
ways.
don't need the protector anymore. Like for the last
Exactly.
300-400 years, the protector could be the guy that's a badass with a gun.
I'm
I know you've seen the
fragile.
Western movies, the
I'm
little skinny
fragile.
dudes with their
Yep.
the revolvers.
Okay, well, if guns are involved, then okay, yeah, then it's the same thing. You're protecting and providing, so I changed my answer.
I like to ask the guys since you're here, bro. Would you rather have a model or a mother?
Mother, of course.
A mother, of course, man. Yeah, Family Guy, dude.
We're
Fuck that.
talking about marriage.
Yeah, marriage. Yeah,
relationship,
yeah,
of course,
yeah.
of course.
I mean, maybe as a politician, a model would look good sometimes next to you, but they would just be shit personalities. So
Not,
it's just
not
not
in a
worth it.
Republican Party. We prefer family values. And shit.
Facts.
maybe
So
in a
true.
Democratic Party.
Yeah. I want to know, can your guy like girls' pics on Instagram?
Yeah.
He can like other girls' pics? Can he like other girls' pics?
What is the
Yeah,
picture?
I've gotten into
No,
it with a
oh,
guy.
bikini pics.
Exactly.
He's
Yeah,
like
that's
a
what I'm
bikini
like,
pic.
What's the picture?
You don't care?
I don't care.
Like a booty pic?
Yeah,
Nah.
Nah, nah.
Hell no.
No?
No.
Okay.
Because
Yeah.
if I'm doing the same, is the energy gonna be the same?
Yeah.
Well, not everything's equal, but I
It's
definitely
not,
think
it's
that.
not, but
To me, it's a form of simping, so I don't think a guy should do it because
I
it's
don't
just
like
fucking
that.
simping.
Yeah.
You're giving attention to a girl that's never gonna fucking
It's a
sleep with you.
thirst trap.
It is, and I
Like-
don't like that.
I really look down on guys who do stuff
I don't like that.
Like just
Yeah.
commenting, liking these pictures is completely unacceptable.
It's the
It-
ultimate form of simping on
Yeah.
the
You're getting
internet.
nothing. Nothing's gonna come of
Like,
this.
what if it
Now, if you-
continues? What if it continues?
Facts.
It's just he's giving away resources. So like y'all gotta understand, I don't see provisioning as just money. I see provisioning as money, energy, attention, time. Your meat.
Attention.
Your meat, your money, energy, attention, and time. So if a guy is giving out that shit to other women, he's
Yup.
still losing on his provisioning. It's not just the money.
It's completely unacceptable. I mean,
Yeah,
if you like
completely.
looking at the pictures, look, but there's no reason for you to like or comment.
Like-
Yeah, like
it's
what's
completely unnecessary.
That's temptation. Like,
So would you, if your man told you that you can't, you have to take down your bikini pics on your Instagram, would you do it?
No.
No.
No, I mean, if he's liking other girls.
Wait.
bikini-
Here,
Oh,
hold
wait.
on. This is a whole new scenario.
Yeah.
And let's
Okay,
say
okay.
he's the perfect guy. He's a multi-millionaire, and he's saying, "Look, baby, I love everything about you, but the only thing I need is you need to take your Instagram down, or
Actually-
you need to take all your bikini pics down." Would you do
Actually, I don't mind because I already don't post those type of pics, so I don't even care.
it? Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't care either, but I want to know what your reasoning is because
I'll give it to you in a
Yeah,
second.
Like you know what I'm saying?
I'll give it to you in a second. But if it's the perfect guy, like I mean, this guy who's
Yeah.
asking you, he's 6 foot tall, he's beautiful,
And
he's
he's
perfect.
not doing the same thing.
Yeah, he's not cheating on you or
that's-
anything.
That's fine.
You'd be okay with
Yeah.
it?
Right,
Okay.
taking off.
I'm gonna take it down. I feel like that's single activity.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take it down.
Okay, and I'll explain to you why. You know, so the reason why guys don't like a girl with the Instagram or having those type of pictures is because it's like you're putting a for sale sign on yourself. Like the thing is that men and women are not the same at all. Like you
Right.
can be like, yo, men, well, why can he have it? A man using Instagram 9 times out of 10, it's probably for networking or
Yeah.
it's probably for something that has to do with business or something like that. I mean, he can be simping and sending the things, but I don't preach guys do that. So we're not talking about a hypothetical guy that does that. But a woman that's using Instagram, it is only for attention. It is only for trying to leverage. You gotta understand, Instagram is the biggest dating app in the world. It's not Hinge, it's not any of those things. Instagram is the biggest dating app in the world. Like that is how girls mostly get DM'd. Like
Mhm.
that you can get flown out. There's all types of things that can happen on Instagram. So you posting those things or you having those things up is disrespectful because you're advertising yourself to other people. And like, how many DMs do you think you get a day? It might only be 3 or 4 or 5, but how many do you think it is? Yeah, about
Yeah.
we'll say 5 times 365. You're looking at like 1,700 messages a year. That's 1,700 opportunities. Now you're right. You're like, I don't take any of them, but all it takes is you taking 0.01% of them, just one of those 1,700, and your man can lose his girl. So
That's
when a
true.
guy's doing that, he's protecting his woman. He's protecting the relationship. And like also another thing, the reason why is because of hypergamy. Hypergamy means that a woman is always going to try to level up and go to the best man that she can.
Yeah.
So you can say all day long you're loyal and all these things, but hypergamy shows women very regularly will upgrade men. And it's in your instincts. Once again, I don't get mad at women for hypergamy. If anything, hypergamy makes me work harder.
Right.
Makes me an even stronger man because I know that another man can always replace me if I'm not at the best I can be. So I don't hate hypergamy at all. I think it's a great, y'all are doing it because you want to make sure that your kids are provided for correctly. There's nothing wrong with that at all.
Wait, I have a question though.
Yeah.
Is it because it's a bikini pic?
Yes, it's advertisement. I'm telling you because guys will want to like it. Guys will want to DM. Whenever
But
you
it's
post
okay
that
if
picture.
I'm like at a beach, and I'm genuinely like asking. I'm not arguing or
Yeah.
anything, but like if it's okay if I'm at a beach with my homegirls in Miami.
Well, we'll go to the next
Walking
question then.
around.
I want to
Innocent.
ask you now,
It's very
would you
innocent.
give up girls trips for the perfect guy?
No.
No? Would you give up girls trips
Honestly,
for the
no.
perfect guy?
Is he also giving up guys trips?
He
No.
only goes on business trips.
If he only goes on, I also go on business trips with my girls.
No,
I mean-
okay.
Why?
Would yeah, I'll go. I'll say why after the question.
I'm not giving that.
You wouldn't
time
give up?
I'm not.
Would you give up girls trip?
For the perfect guy.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, is he my husband?
He said for the
well, no.
perfect
So it was
It
for the
does-
perfect guy. He has to be a like he's the perfect guy.
It doesn't matter because at the end of the day, you're trying to get the ring.
That's true.
Yeah.
So,
I can
Well,
for-
okay,
it
but we
is
have to be
for
at a
the
certain
perfect
level
Yes.
guy.
though. For
Yes.
the perfect
It's
guy
for-
that
yes.
Yeah. So
But
you get rid of,
off-
or you give up the girls trips.
Yes, but off top, no.
Okay, yeah, I'll do it too then.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm
the
sorry. I
perfect-
didn't,
Okay,
I didn't
so
know
I'll-
this
still
was
not
on
giving
purpose.
it girls
So
trip.
I'll explain to you why for the girls trips as well. It's the same thing. You're going and advertising yourself in another country where there's once again hypergamy is a real thing.
And we're
There's-
talking about generalizing women as one.
Yes, yes. I'm saying most girls are not safe for you to do this with. Like if I had $1 for every one of my friends that let his girl go on a girls trip and then like they break up later because he finds out that she fucking cheated one of her homegirls' lies or tells on her or something.
That's
And that's
crazy.
and you know how
That's
rare that
really
is.
so-
You know how rare it is that the girls will actually tell on them. Most of the time, your girlfriends won't even tell on you. They're gonna see, oh yeah, she's just making out with that guy in the phone party in Cancun. It's no big deal.
Your homeboys
It's-
ain't gonna do it
Are
either.
these
But
the
no,
thought-ass
what I'm
friends?
saying though, but
Right,
what is
right,
who
right.
has a
Which
but
friends are these?
who
Which
pursues
ones?
who? Who pursues who? Do men pursue women or do women pursue men?
Men pursue women.
Okay, so that's why it doesn't like that's never going to happen. You can't say that a guy's going to have the same experience. It's not even close to the same. Men pursue women, so you're going to get pursued the whole time you're in Cancun in your bikini at the phone party, and then your dude is sitting back at home just fucking sitting there all happy. It's like you
So
know
is
what I'm
that
talking
wrong?
about. And here's the
You're
thing,
right.
you
You're
know what
right.
I'm talking. I know women very well. I want you to know something. Everybody at this table, I have nothing but women as my friends. All my best
You're
friends my
right.
whole life were women. I understand women very well, and I know what y'all do in secret because I've had them tell me. So the thing is, you can sit here and say all day long, girls trips are fine, but I know for a damn fact, for a majority, it's not fine at all. And most guys should never trust their woman to go do something like that. You're literally, a man needs to protect his relationship, especially today in the age of the internet.
What does a girls' trip consist of?
Like you have 4 or 5 girls going to Cancun. Like that's it. That's all I'm
And
saying.
you
Yeah.
would say that's wrong?
Yes, I would say that like you're disrespecting your man if you're
That's
doing something like that.
crazy.
Yeah. And here's the thing also, I want y'all to understand. I'm not saying any of this stuff like here's the thing. Guys set boundaries that are high value men. They set boundaries. They would tell you from the start, "Hey, look, I don't accept girls that do these type of things, that go out, that go on girls trips." And it's a boundary. If you step across that boundary, we're just broken up. It's not that I'm controlling you or anything like that. You're more than welcome to step past any of those boundaries at any point, but you're gonna lose me. That's all it is. And only certain quality of men or certain men at a certain level can even ask these things. Most men are simp betas that have no money or just aren't providers, and they cannot ask y'all of these things because they're fucking losers. And I agree. Y'all should walk all over those losers until they fucking until they wake up and fucking get red pilled and realize what the fuck the world really is. But yeah, go ahead.
So would that consist of like the thought ass friends, or just like, I mean, like you're like with this woman, is it like you knowing her friends and you're still saying no to that?
Yeah, because here's the thing. If she has 4 or 5 friends that are wives, like they're all married
Right.
and they're going on that trip together,
Yes.
I would never want her to go with them because obviously their husbands are fucking betas as fuck. And I would what that tells me is her circle, that circle of women completely run their husband and completely rule their husband. So why would I want birds of a feather flock together? Why would I want my woman to go and be with those women that are running they're obviously they're gonna sit there and be like, your husband's such a piece of shit. He's controlling you, all this stuff. He's keeping his relationship together. You know how many women go and do that, go and fuck another person, come home and act like nothing ever happened. It's bullshit. That is completely bullshit, and you know it.
Same for men.
No, I'm just
Yeah,
I'm
but
just
is
listening.
it the same? Do you think men and women are the same?
Absolutely not.
Yeah, men and women are not the same. So you
I'm
could sit
just-
there and say that, but a man is going to care way more about you sleeping around than you
Yeah.
are. That's why I brought up the thing. Would you rather have a simp or would you rather have the
Right.
or the pimp? And all y'all said you would be okay with the guy cheating once. I guarantee you, if you cheat on your husband or if you
Yeah.
cheated on your man, it would one time. It's done.
Yeah, that's
It's
true.
done. So men and women are not the same. You can't even compare the two when it comes to
agree.
vacations at all.
Oh,
And then as
shit.
well, if I recall, whenever we first started talking about the Instagram pictures and posting bikini pics, one of y'all actually said, "Oh yeah, thirst trap." So you know what's happening and why you're doing what you're
Yeah,
doing.
who
It's a
said that?
thirst trap.
Me.
Okay.
It was a
Yeah.
thirst
Oh, the
trap.
one sitting here questioning. Oh, why is Miami trips, girls trips bad?
But it's
Well,
not like, I don't know. Maybe it's just because like the people that I hang around with. But like
Are hoes?
if we're well, if we're generalizing, then I can understand what you're talking about. But I'm saying like not every woman is like that. There's me and my close friends have been on a trip to Miami where friendships break up and whatnot, and it has been just straight up like a girls trip to Miami and nothing happened. We just came back.
And this goes back to what we always say. You might have been an exception to the rule.
Exactly.
But the
Exactly.
thing
That's
is,
what I
as
had
a
to
man,
ask.
as a logical man, though, we can't play the exception game.
Yeah.
We don't have time to play the exception game.
Hey Matt, were you about to say something?
Yeah, typically guys are just going to go with the path of least resistance when it comes to this. Instagram. And typically, I advise my friends if you're meeting a girl is to not just get the number, get the Instagram, because
Right.
based on that, you can basically have an idea what type of girl she is. If she's posting all these thirst traps and all this stuff, going all these girls trips, you can try to enter a relationship with her and try to train her out of these bad habits. But as you can see just here, like sometimes you're just going to have resistance. And the question is it really worth your time if you really know your value at this point?
Right.
You know, and I understand like women need to get attention with their bodies to attract men. We understand this, but there's ways to do this. You can show your figure without having to put on a bikini. There are ways to do that. It's because it is important. You want to show to the men that you're not fat. We want to see this in dating profile pictures. We're not going to lie. But that doesn't mean you have to just put on a bikini picture. Because if you put all these stuff out there, men will look.
Yeah, there's nothing left for imagination.
Yeah, I'm going to look. Men will look. But as far as taking you seriously, it's probably not going to happen.
Yeah, probably one of the first reasons why I took my girl serious was because whenever I first started dating her, was her Instagram had like 100 followers of a bunch of girls, and she had no bikini pics up. Yeah, I locked it in real quick because obviously that was very different from the norm, wasn't it? Or what we see every day.
Yeah.
So yeah, I locked it in. Like y'all, that's just a tip. Y'all might be able to lock a guy in just by removing some damn pics and taking maybe making a whole new Instagram or something.
You still need to show your figure.
Yeah,
that's because men are attracted to that.
Yeah, for
but
sure.
It has to be done in a very classy way.
Yeah.
I always say like I like to bring up. I have a pyramid of.
So how do you show your figure?
With just a really tight dress, like he's saying, like you can wear a really nice dress.
You can wear a very tight dress that shows that you have a slim waist. You know, if you're blessed with a big chest, great, show that. You know, you don't have to like put like a mini skirt on. As long as we see like the chest, I mean the waist is slim. As long as we see the waist is slim, we have a general idea. Because a lot of men, we're not going for supermodels. We're really not, you know.
And if we do like those pictures, or if they are trying to do it, they're just trying to smash them. Like, to be honest, like just to be honest, like y'all got to realize guys are fucking animals at the end of the day, and sometimes they're just trying to smash. We'll say everything and we'll lie to you and say a bunch of dumb shit just to fucking smash. Like, don't ever trust a man. Like, it's really sad, but you cannot trust men today at all. Everything they say, take with a grain of salt.
Except for me and Sergio for the next hour. But that's about it.
Except for me and him.
Erica, were you about to say something?
Well, so what is like our appropriate limits between like, long dresses or mini skirts? Like, I feel like you guys get to put like.
I mean, I think a mini skirt is something where your ass is literally hanging out. Like, I went to eat with my girl.
No, we're not policing. We're not policing your dress code. That's in Iran. This is America.
But you
we're
just
not
said
doing
like,
that.
like if you're on Instagram in a long form-fitting dress, you're more appealing.
Excuse me.
Than
Let me
you
finish
are
what I'm gonna say.
I was already talking, but you got it.
No, you never let me finish. You can wear what you want. No one's policing what you want to wear. This is not Iran, okay, where they're like killing women for showing their hair. No one's policing the way you dress.
So I'm asking your personal preference. What is your boundary between?
I just told her earlier, but I can tell you now if you stop interrupting me.
Leg length, knee,
but I mean,
like
Erica
lower than the knee, like.
Here, let me finish.
Start without a mini skirt. How about that? Then you can work your way.
If you could go look at my Instagram, I don't think I'm on there with a mini skirt, but if I wanted to be, I could.
So it sounds like you're taking it a little personal.
Well, no. The only reason why I was taking personal because it was a little bit specific. If you do have a bigger chest than you wear, like you show your assets, but I mean,
there's definitely ways of showing your assets without a bikini. We can all agree with that.
But that's why I did ask. Yes. What is
the limit?
Exactly.
Don't let your ass hang out. And like I was just saying,
stuff.
I just went out to a restaurant with my girl the other night, and there was a girl that walked by us that her ass was clearly hanging out. There's a difference between ass hanging out and then just fucking a normal dress like my girl was wearing that night. There's
so we're
a clear
asking
difference.
Personal limits for y'all as individuals. What is your limit from seeing a girl? How short or long can her skirt be in a picture on Instagram to where you're like, that's
trashy in class?
If your ass is out, if it's so high up that the bottom part of your ass cheek, where you can see the crease, that's an issue.
Just wear a longer dress.
Yeah, right.
Well, but then
you're making this more complicated than it needs to be.
Well, no, and that's why I did ask.
It's just the fact that I have to explain it is a bit scary. I mean, I understand you're.
It should be simple.
It's not scary.
Yeah, it's not complicated.
I feel like the answer is just wear a long dress that's tight.
What would you wear to church?
And that gets you guys, right?
No, it can get you guys.
Are we wearing
my Instagram? I'm actually not like I don't because my brothers taught me like don't even the way I'm dressed right now like. If a man can't accept this, then I'm okay. Then
he's not good. Yeah,
it's okay. Sure. Exactly. Like simple.
You don't want a guy who's just attracted to your body, and like that's not gonna last long. I think it's gonna get bored of your looks. I mean, that's just how it's gonna be. So
this is what I like to teach though. I always show like a pyramid of what's the word priority. Okay, so like for men, our pyramid of priority is at the very top. They need to be a provider. And then right under that, I think that they need to have very good social skills, a big social circle. That's something that like locks him in, I guess you could say. But to get in the door, that's why guys wear Gucci. That's why all these people are fronting that they have money, because they know at the tip of the ice, or at the tip of their priority list, is to look like a provider.
Right.
For a woman, y'all's tip of the thing is beauty. You do need beauty to leverage to get the best man. But right under that, how you lock them in is what you bring to the table. What do you do? How complimentary are you to him? And loyalty. How loyal are you? All we give a fuck about is loyal, because we couldn't fucking give birth tests to women to know if it was our kid or not for 300,000 years. So because of that, we're wired where we only want a loyal girl. All we give a fuck about is loyalty, because for thousands of years, we couldn't tell if that baby was ours unless she was super fucking loyal for us. So y'all really, y'all's beauty is everything, but what you bring to the table and your loyalty is right under that as y'all's priorities that y'all really got to fucking focus on.
By the way, we're not saying you can't ever wear those type of clothing. You know, I like looking at that stuff, and a lot of men, they may be okay with their women wearing stuff like that under their authority. Like if you're out with your man wearing that, that could be seen acceptable from some guys. But if you're doing that and you're clearly single, a guy looking like that is going to be like, what's going on here? As far as something long term, I mean, he'll just probably lie and say, you know, he wants to do something long term and then just like sleep with you and leave. But guys are liars. They'll just like, they'll say anything.
Yeah, they'll say anything to get the box. Anything. And what I always like to teach is guys are finessing hard as fuck for the box today. But y'all are really good at finessing for the bag. Y'all be getting guys left and right for the bag. But dude, y'all know what I'm talking about. Those G's are getting y'all left and right for the box though. And they're very good at it.
Here's one thing y'all need to understand is that when guys go on dates with girls, it doesn't mean that they're going for a relationship.
Yep.
Sometimes it means they're just trying to go for box. This is hard for women to understand because women date for relationships.
Yes.
Women don't need to date for sex.
Yeah, y'all don't have to.
So that's why you guys, when you go into it, you're thinking, okay, this guy is thinking the same. No, men have to date for sex. They have to play the game for it. This is why the mentality is different. So when you're sitting across the guy, I'm trying to help y'all. When you're sitting across the guy, you need to be thinking like, no, he's not just like me. He didn't go on an app and make a profile to look for a relationship. This guy can't even get sex like I would if I just go to the club.
Right.
Yep. Now, guys, we're gonna go ahead and go to the last phase. This is the fun part. I want to know, or me and him are going to make relationship critiques, and it's not going to be all attacking. Y'all get to come back at us, and y'all get to say stuff back to us. But just based off of what we both learned about y'all, you know, and just to try to help you get into a really good relationship.
Just go.
I'll start with you.
Okay.
I'm starting with you because it's really you're really based, and like I'm gonna say a bunch of nice stuff. There's really like you're really in a good position. I think that the biggest or the easiest way to get a guy is understanding a guy.
Right.
And I've like if you've ever done relationship therapy or anything like that, the biggest thing they fucking teach is understanding. That's all they fucking teach sometimes. It's just like, you're not understanding him. You're not understanding him. Or the guy, you're not understanding her. You're not understanding her. So understanding is everything, and you understand men.
Right.
Thank God you had 5 brothers. Like, honestly, that's the greatest thing that could have happened to you.
Thank you.
But how old were you again?
I'm 25.
Okay, so but you still need to watch out because you're not at your peak. I'm going to be honest with you. Like for your peak beauty would have been at 22, 23, and you probably could have pulled a fucking millionaire or something then. And I'm not going to sit here and say that you can't do that still. You can, but I think that you need to start thinking about that. You need to start dating seriously. And I think you should try to lock somebody down soon, and like the best person that you can. And don't get dickmatized. Like the biggest thing that happens to women today is that they'll sleep with the wrong guy, get dickmatized, and next thing you know, you're avoiding all the really good guys because you're sitting here focusing on a guy that's not taking you seriously.
Right.
So that's the only advice. I don't even know if you're having any type of relationships like that or anything, but I just like to give that advice to every woman basically.
Okay.
For you, so the thing is like you disagreed on a few things, but you're super fucking open-minded, and you were willing to have a conversation about it and talk about it, and you're willing to learn and change and stuff. That's huge. Like it's massive. Like the being coachable is one of the biggest things that guys look for in a really, especially successful guys. They're looking for a very coachable woman because they don't want somebody arguing with them all the time. You can ask questions, like you were saying. You like to have good debates over politics, stuff like that. That's a good thing. Just make sure that you're never going too masculine or you're never competing. which because the fine line is super small. You can
Mhm.
easily cross that barrier, and the next thing you know, you're a fucking annoying bitch. You know.
Damn.
So I'm just saying.
That
I'm just
escalated.
saying. I'm just
Wow.
saying. Just be careful because like you're right there at the line where you could really learn a lot and like you listen really good, but don't ever cross the line of wanting to argue because you'll lose everything at that point. And how old were you again?
I'm 26.
Okay, so like you're kind of in the same position as her. Same thing, you know. Don't fuck around for too much longer. Don't get digmatized by the wrong guy. It's just gonna hurt you in the long run. But that's it, really. For you, again,
I'm ready.
Erica, you haven't changed at all. You're still argumentative. I'm just kidding.
Man.
No, you've actually. I feel like you're a little bit different. Like your energy is definitely different now from the last show. You're. I'm not gonna sit here and say you're super submissive or anything like that, but your energy is just different. You're just not the same. I can tell that you took some things from last time, and you definitely probably learned from it, and you're probably gonna do dating a little bit differently. And I hopefully from this episode you might have learned a little bit more. But sometimes you're really strong on your beliefs, and that's a fine thing. Like I know at your age and as professional you are at your job, there's not going to be a lot of pushback. Like you can't really beat that. You know, like it's just who you are. It's ingrained in you, you know. But as I told you last time, just watch out with the argumentative. If you meet the right guy, fall into your feminine role. You know, like don't argue. You're really good at it though, so I just don't know if you'll follow that advice.
I'm trying.
No, you're getting good. And for you, you're actually very similar to her to me. You were very good at listening and like trying to take it in and like asking our specific advice on some things because you really do want to learn and you really do want to get better. I can tell you really do want to find a really good guy. Just the fact that you did the online dating and he was a really good person, you try to make it work and all that stuff. I can tell that you're a relationship person, you know, and like. So guys, like if you want a girl that's actually in a relationship, I think that she's one of the biggest ones on the panel, honestly. And I mean, I think the only negative you have is your age. Like honestly, like other than that, I think that like her, you're kind of open and you're willing to learn, and just don't be argumentative. Like I told all of them, you know, don't get digmatized by the wrong guy for too long, but you don't give out box too easily. So hopefully that's not a problem for you. But yeah, that's it really, and don't waste your time too much. You know, like I always try to say, ladies, that for guys they have to go and talk to 10,000 women. Because there's so many avenues to talk to women and there's so many different ways and they have so many choices. For you to find a girl that has genuine burning desire for you and she's a wifey, like she acts right and does all the right things, it's a 1 in 10,000 chance for a man. You got to get out there and talk. But for women, y'all got the opposite issue. Y'all got 10,000 men you got to filter.
Yeah.
10,000 you got to filter. So y'all better get very fucking good at filtering, very good at vetting. You already got 5 brothers. Help them, let them help you vet.
Yeah.
The biggest thing is letting fathers, uncles, and brothers help y'all vet. That's the greatest thing that y'all can do because you cannot vet on your own. Women fall in love with their ears. Men fall in love with their eyes. If the guy says all the right things to you, you're fucked. So let your guys come in and help you because that's the only way that they're gonna hear that shit and go, yo, stop falling in love with your ears. He's fucking lying. He's doing this. He's doing that. I can read it. So trust the men around you to help you.
Right.
But yeah, that's all I really have, bro. So go ahead and give each one of them a critique. Also, you can start with, or no, you can start on this side to do opposite.
Yeah, I've been starting.
Sure, I'll just keep it simple because I basically agree with a lot of things he said. How old are you?
29.
29. Well, you look much younger than 29, so that's definitely going to be in your favor. Yeah, I know a lot of people, they talk about like how guys would never go for like older women and all that stuff. That's not necessarily true, to be honest with you. I mean, we say it, but there's a lot of guys who are compromising these days and settling.
Yep,
and it is settling, to be quite frank, you know, because a lot
You
of
think
guys,
it's settling?
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, guys would prefer to have someone who's younger. I'm telling you what we think. If you
Okay.
can think something different,
Yeah.
it's settling for us. Luckily for you, you know, a lot of guys are willing to do that, and you don't even look that old anyway, so that's a good thing. I would advise to lose a little bit of weight. You know, I think
I think that you're.
Can you talk closer to the mic?
I'm sorry. I think you need to just lose a little bit of weight because I think it's going to help you a lot. As far as what he was saying before, not being combative, that's just most women these days in general.
I think that that is your preference, and there are a lot of other men that might feel differently based off of what.
Oh,
I have
I'm
in
sure. I'm
common.
just saying if you want to expand your pool,
But I
what I would
don't-
recommend is losing a bit of
I
weight.
appreciate it.
How
Thank you.
tall are you?
I'm 5'9".
How much do you weigh?
I'm not doing that
Right.
with you.
So this is the
I'm
this
not-
is
I'm
what
not-
ta-
but I'm not
exactly.
doing
So this is
that.
what I'm talking about. You know,
But I'm
this
not
is
doing
the
that.
exact combative issue that we're having.
It's not combative, but
You're crossing boundaries. She doesn't
There's
know you
nothing
like
about-
that to
there's
be
nothing
forced
about-
to answer
excuse
those
me,
kind of
there's
questions.
nothing about
really are.
boundaries.
You
We're here to
really
give.
are.
We're here to give
You're being
critiques.
disrespectful.
No, we're here to
Thank
give.
you for your critique. I
No, we're
appreciate
here to
it.
get.
Thank
This
you.
is exactly what I'm talking about.
Thank you.
Have fun, fellas. Good luck with that.
Yeah, good luck with you
What?
and good luck with
That's
yours.
All right,
Thank you. Moving forward. Thank you.
Would you like to hear my opinion?
No,
Or
do
I
your
can I
thing,
can
do your
skip.
thing. Go do your thing. Go
Like
for
that's
it.
a lot.
I'm sorry. Is there a problem?
Yeah.
What is the problem exactly? I'm giving you. You're gonna have a chance to critique me in a
No,
second.
I'm good. I'm good on it.
But like, honestly, like, I'm
Honestly,
sorry,
I
but like,
just-
but like, what made you feel that way? I'm really curious.
I mean, like you're attacking my weight.
There's nothing
I'm
about
like,
attacking.
I'm like,
This is not
I'm
an
like
attack.
this.
This
Like
is
you don't know
addressing.
what I've dealt with. You don't know anything I've been with. Like you don't know any of that. Thank you.
Unfortunately, the world doesn't
Thank
owe you
you.
understanding about what you've
But
been
you're
through.
not. But you're not about to do that.
We are here on a
Onward,
podcast. Can you
onward.
stop interrupting me?
But you've
we are-
interrupted everybody at this
Because
table.
now it's my turn to speak.
Yeah,
And I've
I
rarely
gave
spoken
him the
throughout.
right.
I've rarely spoken throughout this entire
I'm
thing.
not doing it.
Oh yeah, well, no, it's just that this is how the show goes. You know, like he gives his critiques and like
Right,
it's just
5'9" is kind of tall for a woman. Like I already know that.
Yeah.
Like
There's
I
nothing
know
wrong
yeah,
that.
but like this is the whole point though is that he's gonna give critiques and you
And
can
I
say
s-
something back too. It's
and
fine.
This is the
and I
issue
said
is
thank
that
you.
Yeah, yeah,
I
it's fine.
appreciate it.
any
Can you
sort
go
of
forward?
critique is seen as like an attack. You know, I'm not attacking your weight. I'm just giving you,
You
a
are.
suggestion.
You did.
Well, he wasn't trying to though. Like that's what he's trying to explain is that like emotions get into these things when it wasn't an emotional thing. It was a very logical thing he said. He's not trying to be emotional. He's not trying to make you
What I'm
emotional
trying to
either.
explain to you
Like
is that
like you just shouldn't personify with it because all he's doing is just giving a critique, a factual, just a logical critique. It's not trying. He's not trying to hurt your feelings or anything.
My
I
Exactly.
promise
feelings
you.
are not hurt. I appreciate
I know.
it.
I'm
and
just
moving
saying.
forward.
I'm just trying to like talk to you.
I
I'm
am
just trying to
sure
relate.
there are many men who are attracted to that, but I'm saying if you want to expand your chances, this is what I'm saying that needs to be done. This is the thing. People don't want to talk about these uncomfortable truths.
What if she's not attracted to those type of men though?
What I'm saying is what she can do can expand her pool and she will have more people to pick from.
Yeah, that's all.
We
I'm
don't-
saying.
That's kind of like telling a man that's broke and being like, "Hey, if you made some money, maybe you might have a better option of getting more women."
Why are you attacking my financial status?
Yeah, exactly. Like,
Right. This doesn't work that way.
and these are things that, as individuals, we all know we can improve upon. You know, and the first part of improvement is just recognizing and taking accountability for it.
I get
Yeah.
a lot of crap from my girl about my weight. I always struggle with
I
it.
was
too.
gonna
It is-
say,
it is
yeah.
what
But
it
it's
is.
not an
So,
attack.
I mean,
necessarily,
she
but-
tells me I need to lose weight, so I lose weight. I mean,
Wait,
when I
you
lose
think
it-
you need to lose weight?
She tells me I have to, so you know. I mean, I think I could lose a little
I
bit.
feel like
too.
this
I think
world,
we can all
I
lose a
feel like
little
this
bit. some of
generation
us.
wants
Wait.
everyone to be anorexic.
Gain weight.
Actually,
Like-
I'm over here like.
Actually, I don't
think you're
like
fine.
I
I
don't
think
like
she's
I don't
fine.
like the anorexic girl. Like I'll be the first one to tell you I don't like those
But it's
Victoria's
just like
Secret. I don't
as
like
long
any
as
of
you're
that stuff.
healthy, I don't see the problem
What I'm-
personally.
What I'm just saying is that to expand your pool, you may want to just lose a little bit of weight.
Okay.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, it's
Now,
just
this
a very
doesn't-
logical response.
Yeah, this
Yeah,
is not
okay,
like
that's
me
fair.
attacking you.
Yeah, it's just logic.
As
That's
far
all it
as
is.
you, again, like a lot of stuff, you was being less combative. A lot of people may not have issues with tattoos. I personally do. I would recommend removing it, but again, that's your choice. You have to understand a lot of men are just going to be filtered out by that. A lot of guys, like in areas of status, they're thinking like, okay, I got to bring this girl to a place. If you have something like really big like this, it may be a problem. Okay. As far as you, I don't know you personally, so I don't know if you normally dress like this. If not, my advice may be dress a bit more conservatively. If you're
Oh,
trying to
she
meet someone
left.
for the first time,
Okay.
all right, whatever it is, what it
It's
is.
fine.
You're too nice to
Yeah,
them,
you-
Sergio. I'm just trying to
Yes.
give.
I
Some,
know,
I'm
yeah.
trying to
Wait,
give some
wait, wait. Yeah,
you're
constructive
not nice.
criticism.
No, she's not
Can
conservative.
can I? What's wrong with the way that I'm
It's
dressed?
finger.
Please. What's wrong with the way that I'm dressed?
I
I just want to know, like, for.
I would say for
It's
like,
tight.
I would say the tightness is fine. I would say for like a first date, above the knees may be a little too much.
So I'm supposed to.
You can
Like
wear
that?
You can wear something, or you can wear pants.
That's
I mean, you can wear pants. That's not crazy.
Yeah. It is crazy.
Wearing pants is not crazy. Actually, a lot of people wear pants. Again, there's
You're
no
right.
reason. There's no reason
I'm
for you
not
to get.
getting offended. I swear.
Well, I
I'm
think
not
You
it's-
getting
just
I think
literally
also-
said
I
that's
think it-
crazy. That I suggested that you wear
It
pants.
is crazy.
Wait,
That,
I think it also. Oh,
like, you know, at school, it's like. You
Again,
know,
yeah.
I'm sure you attract men. What I'm trying to explain to you is that you can expand that pool larger to catch more people if you dress a bit more conservative when you meet someone. I don't know you. I'm just basing it based on what I'm seeing here today.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
So I'm just giving you critique here.
you're right.
All right. I
And
don't
this
need
is not
everyone
the
to
way
get.
that I dress.
Again, like I said, I
usually, too.
don't
Yeah,
know you.
you're
I'm just
right.
saying based on what I'm seeing. See, that's the other thing. Like we have to be accepting that people are going to judge what they see us for the
Right.
first time.
That's true.
Like we're just gonna have to get over that. Okay.
Yes.
As far as you, you know, same thing maybe with the tattoo. It's not that big, honestly. Or
Oh, good thing I have long sleeve on though.
it's not that big. You know, maybe you could also drop a few pounds too. That's about it.
And I'm over here trying to gain weight.
I can't tell your figure completely.
You see, that's the point.
She's wearing the
maybe
right
you're-
clothes to not
yeah,
be able to
maybe-
tell.
That's what I'm saying. You can't even tell.
That's
She
true.
definitely wore the right
That's true.
outfit to not
That's
be able
true.
to tell.
But again, I mean, you can see her demeanor is completely different, right?
Yeah.
Like she didn't just start like going like I think I'm attacking her or whatever. You
No,
know?
I get it because I mean I can have my opinions on you, and you just it is what it is.
Sure.
It's an opinion. Like we all have it.
Exactly.
Yeah,
So
because
I'm not mad at it.
And you know, I can tell you grew up with like 5 brothers in your day. You
Yeah.
probably know the game
Yeah.
anyway, so there's no point. Like,
But yeah.
I mean, you basically have the mentality. I think if you just laser focus, you'll be able to find someone, no problem.
All right, y'all can attack us back now. Do me first, Erica.
okay, I think you have a really shitty attitude, and I think kind of similar as last time. I think sometimes you have points that are valid, but like you like to speak from a woman's perspective and you hold your perspective as fact when women can sit here and this kind of goes for both y'all. You can sit here on the panel of women and tell you, no, women actually think this, and you guys will still be like, nah, I know better than what a woman would know about something only women deal with.
Can you give us an example? I really don't remember.
Okay, like the whole astrology thing, to start it off, you were very confident that like, oh, women are only into astrology because they want to use it as an excuse for their actions, when like literally it's a lot more casual to women as like it's something we're interested in, whether it's fact or not. If we like to read about it and research about it and something happens in our day-to-day lives that it seems like it can apply, what is the harm in that? Because we're not sitting here saying like, well, I'm an evil bitch because I'm a fucking Scorpio and I'm going to treat you like shit because I'm a Gemini. It's a much more casual conversation and a more trendy topic icebreaker, how we were all doing sitting in here before you guys were in the room.
So that's just a bunch of word salad, because earlier she literally said that she is indecisive, which is a character trait based on her astrology sign.
It was a description. She
No,
was describing
stop.
herself.
Let me finish talking. I let you finish what you had
but
to
you're
say.
doing it again though right now.
See, this is the problem.
You're
I
not
let
very
you sp- I let you
open-minded. I feel like
but
you're just not a
you keep
super
cutting me off.
open-minded
I let you
person.
speak, and then you keep.
And I'm a
cutting me off.
backdoor with how many times have you cut
This is
everybody
what you guys
off
deal with,
tonight?
guys. This is what you guys do. You
For
saw I let her
sure.
speak, and now she won't even let me speak. This is what y'all dealing with.
Why
out
are
there.
you
But did you-
deflecting to the
That
audience?
you deflect a
whenever
lot.
Can
You
you let me-
project a lot. Like
Can you
you
let me
are-
finish talking?
You would be an example of a man to where I'm like, are you
Here, hold
intimidated
on,
to
hold
be
on.
in a room with
You
us?
need
Because
to
Here,
you're
hold on.
very
Open
aggressive.
that.
Here,
Go
everybody cut the
ahead.
mics just really quick. I will say though, what we were talking about was generalizations. We were talking about generalizations, okay? So the thing is, we're always talking the 51%. All right, we're always talking the 51 and the 49 thing, okay? So I completely understand everything that you're saying, but once again, when we're doing a show on the internet, where we're doing a podcast, we're always going to talk to the 51%, the majority. All these girls on the table can say, I don't do something, but if I bring up a statistic that literally shows that women do this, and it's a statistic it's nothing that you can argue against, okay?
Right.
This is a fact. Okay, and that's the only thing. Now,
No,
don't get me wrong. You're right that some of y'all are exceptions to the rules, and I've said this probably 10 times tonight that you're an exception, you're an exception, you're an exception, you're an exception. Y'all might be exceptions to certain things, but we're talking in general.
Well, I feel like y'all
We're
are
always
missing
gonna do
my
that.
point though. Of like, yeah, I get it. Like some of us are exceptions, right? So for example, if it's
You're talking to the mic more.
2, 4, 6 of us in the room and we're talking about women and astrology, and 4 of the 4 women in the room can say, we understand y'all's perspective, but women actually think this. The 100% of women in the room can tell y'all from a woman's perspective, this is what it actually is, and we respect your side. Y'all still come back talking about you're wrong, and it's like you don't live in a woman's
Once
perspective.
once
you
You're
are
again,
not
hold on,
into-
hold on,
You
hold
are
on.
right.
Once
Does that make
again,
sense?
hold on,
Astrology is
hold
not-
on.
is bullshit.
Hold on.
Astrology
You're
is
once
crap.
again, you're taking everything personal. You're looking at everything from you're personifying. You're taking it from a personal perspective. We are not talking. Remember, once again, we are on a podcast panel. We will ask your question about your specific thing, and we will take it into account. But whenever I bring up a fact, it is about the general population, the everybody else. It's not about just who's at this table, and that's all.
But I know, but
it's
that's
not
what
that
I'm
complicated.
No,
Here's the
I
bottom
get
line.
it. It's
Here's-
like,
let me-
are
let
we
me-
not
let me
speaking
speak,
for the
'cause you keep-
majority
oh,
of women, though?
are
You
you
know,
gonna let-
because I'm asking a genuine question,
No.
and that's why I'm directing my attention to him, because he's given appropriate responses compared to where I feel like
Because
you want to
you
attack
don't like
people.
to hear what you want to. What I'm
So,
saying.
again, because you're having a
This
great
is fantastic. This
conversation.
is what you're gonna have to deal with, fellas.
But why?
She will not let the other.
I'm
she will
trying to
not
figure out,
speak.
how do your girlfriend
Okay,
deal
so-
with you? Like,
so we
damn,
were-
you are a fucking
She's-
annoying.
Hey, no,
So you were asked.
whoa,
So you were. So
whoa.
you were.
Don't get
He
offended.
asked you to give
Whoa.
an opinion
Calm
or
down
like
there. There's
a
no reason to
critique,
get angry.
a
Whoa.
critique based
Who's
off of how
angry?
he felt.
You just call me fucking annoying. You like cursing at me.
Facts. We're speaking about facts, right? And my you're
that
fucking
is-
annoying.
that is
Well, the
personal.
facts are that astrology is bullshit. That's the facts.
Okay,
you
and
know,
because
and
I
that
can
is your
literally.
opinion, but we
someone-
can accept
wait,
your
hold on,
opinion,
hold
but I'm
on.
not going to
Wait,
tell
wait,
you
wait.
that your opinion is
But wait,
bullshit.
can I
Like,
speak
No,
real
we're gonna
quick?
be
what I'm
open to
saying is,
listen to what
I'm not
each
saying
other have
I'm
to
saying
say.
astrology is bullshit. I mean, this crap.
But
It's
okay,
complete crap.
but based off your logic, you said it's not proven.
Are you
It's-
here
but
to
you,
pub
but
your,
you also said it's not scientifically proven, right?
Please go ahead. Yes.
Yeah.
But based off that logic, can
Mhm.
someone easily say that the Muslim culture is also bullshit because it's
Literally.
not scientifically?
And I addressed
I've
this.
been-
He addressed
I
this.
addressed
He
this.
addressed
Are you
this.
running
So
so
go ahead,
as
so
long
let
as-
us
So let me
know.
no.
Hold
Let me
on, let
finish.
him answer.
Let me answer that
Yeah,
question.
yeah.
Let me answer that because he knows exactly what
I
I'm
know
going
exactly.
to.
Yeah, he already said it twice. He already said it
I mean,
twice.
because I don't believe
Let
I don't
me
believe astrology.
talk.
But go ahead.
Oh,
Let me
but you
talk.
talk to her like that. You don't talk to us like that. I'm
Fantastic.
sorry.
They won't let me talk.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I'm
go ahead,
sorry.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I'm not her.
Fantastic.
We're not her.
See, fantastic. They're not
You
even.
need to respect us.
She won't even let me talk.
You've been talking the whole time.
No, you keep
actually.
interrupting me.
Okay, go ahead. You have
So-
the floor.
So the difference
You
is
got the floor.
she is triggered, yo.
I
She
know,
is
super
triggered.
And I am,
man.
and you hear it, and that's what it is.
I actually
He is
addressed this
annoying.
point actually
Right.
because you did ask me this, and I actually volunteered this before you even got to it. I don't know
Okay.
if you were paying attention, but like I said, like there's a lot of people who think what me and Sergio believe as like
Mhm.
Abrahamic religions is complete nonsense.
Right.
The difference is we do not say that I am indecisive because I'm Muslim.
That's true.
Okay,
Okay.
it was
Let
so
me finish
innocent.
what I'm trying to talk.
No,
Yeah.
because you've
Oh
been
my
talking
God.
over everyone, so I'm gonna talk over you. So
Can
the
you-
comment
there
that
we
I
go.
made was
You
very
can't even
innocent.
let me. They can't
It
even let
was
you
very
talk.
It was
innocent.
very
They can't let you
innocent.
talk.
Nobody
won't even let you
said
talk.
nothing but you.
It's because you're putting
Donnie,
so
It was
much
we're
very,
gonna-
you
pressure on
put
a
so much
situation that was
emphasis
not that
on it.
deep.
Like
Here,
it was
hold on.
very
Sergio,
innocent.
what's
All right, everybody
This is
cut it
like
out.
any-
Everybody
Hey.
cut it out.
It was
Donnie,
so
Yeah.
innocent.
Donnie, we're
Right,
definitely
one
gonna review this video and we're gonna do a little counter for interruption. And ladies, let me be honest with
literally
y'all
sitting-
because I deal with this shit all
Let
the
me
time.
go lose weight
Hold on.
because that's what he said.
Hold
I
on,
gotta do,
hold
y'all.
on.
I gotta go lose
Hey,
weight.
one mic
That's
at a
what he
time.
said.
Wait,
a few
one.
pounds.
Yeah,
hey.
you too.
Hey,
I'm working on it actually.
All right, cool.
Hey.
I see. Go
I'm-
get
I
to your
don't get
surgery
upset
because that's
about
what
it.
you
I'm
gotta
like,
do
I'm trying
tomorrow.
to.
But I think you're both fine.
You need to get
Hey,
you gotta
okay,
get in
cut the
bed
mic.
pretty
Voice was a
soon.
little
You gotta
Yo.
surgery
You
tomorrow.
can't.
Yo.
You're fine.
everybody,
Yo,
cut the
hey.
mic.
You're a
Yo,
politician,
remember-
right? You
remember
gotta
our
you gotta
rules.
hype that.
Hey,
Hey,
remember our
remember the
rules. We
rules,
asked
guys,
you one mic at a
please.
time.
Sorry.
One
We
mic at a
asked y'all
time.
that. Y'all agree with us.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry,
We
sorry,
good.
sorry.
All right. So
Let's go over them super chats. Or no, I
No,
mean,
we
no,
can-
no,
we
no.
can-
I'll let the ladies finish.
yeah, we can let
Okay.
him finish.
Yeah, so wait, you had already critiqued me, right? Or
Yeah.
you were critiquing me right then? Yes. Okay, yes. I need to work on saying these things shouldn't be I should not be saying all these things are facts, right? Okay, and what else? Anything else?
No, you're all right.
Well, all right, what you got for him?
You're just
And,
not that.
and here, hold on. I'm gonna put a little thing up. You cannot respond. Let her fully finish, and we're not gonna respond at all.
Oh,
Okay?
I've been letting her finish.
Yeah, I know. I'm just gonna make it easier.
Well, I think for you to be the oldest person in the room, like there's a really good sense of immaturity there. Like you're just very like you like to antagonize people. Like you would be an example of a man that I said earlier that's just mean. Like it's just like seems like it's just you want to pick at people, you want to antagonize people. I feel like you're very condescending, and I feel like if you talk to your girlfriend the way that you sit up here talking to us, I feel like then your girlfriend don't have no backbone. Like you're not very respectful. Like I feel like you just like to talk just to say things, but you don't really have any good intentions. Like you like to criticize people, but it's not constructive criticism. You just kind of want to be an asshole and get things out there for whatever your own personal reason is. Kind of like what you said earlier, where men should have an ego, but after so much, it's bad. That's very much what you're giving of like, great, you're trying too hard to be super Mr. Strong, masculine man, especially sitting in a room full of women. I think that you could have played the evening cooler. And then I think the interesting thing about you though is you're 35, and even though what y'all are technically millennials, millennials do have the biggest age gap from the youngest to the oldest. So even though y'all are categorized as millennials, y'all's like beliefs and things like that very much so fall more aligned with the generation that came before y'all compared to like younger millennials. So I think a lot of things that you were saying, well, a couple little bit of shit that you were saying makes sense. But it's like we're not 35. You know, there's like a disconnect that I think you're missing because of your age.
Okay. Do you have a rebuttal?
Thank you for your comments. I'll take them into consideration.
Okay. All right, and then we'll go with you now since you came back. You can give me first critiques.
I don't have anything for you.
Just
honestly.
anything to make me better in my relationship, though. Like, just I want to always get better in my
Yeah.
relationship. Just anything to help me get better in my relationship.
I would say, like, not that you're a know-it-all, but you on your shit, like you are.
Mm.
Just listen sometimes.
Yeah, just listen more.
That's it.
Okay.
Honestly, I don't have nothing else.
Okay. What about him?
No.
Oh,
Nothing.
Okay.
Okay.
He's got it.
I will
You
lose
got
that
it.
weight though. I will take your suggestion. I will lose it.
You got it though.
I've been working on it.
You got it. Everything. You got it.
You can go ahead and you can give me a critique first.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think.
Thank you.
Sorry. I think you're very knowledgeable.
Right.
I think sometimes the way that you say things can come across as not the way that you're trying to say it at first, but once you start explaining it, then you kind of understand like where you're coming from.
Mhm.
And I think that's just like something you need to work on, maybe.
Mhm.
Nothing really like crazy.
Okay.
That's all.
One thing I want to just respond back really quick about
Yeah.
that. On Friday, I had a guy here. Oh, you knew him, Streets. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Streets. He has a show, and like
Yeah.
the thing is like he's very good. I would say me and him are opposites in the fact that like I talk to men and women with a very direct, logical
Mhm.
sense, and he's trying really hard to learn how to talk to women in y'all's tone with emotion. Like he's
I can
trying
see
to
that.
learn how to say things better so y'all understand it.
Mhm.
And but this is just the difference between me and other type of podcasters like him.
Yeah.
Like I'm following like a very approach like kind of like Myron for Fresh and Fit, where like I believe that women today didn't have enough father figures, they didn't have enough authority in their life, and that's why they don't like the way I talk sometimes, is because y'all some of y'all may have never had an authority figure in the house. Some of y'all may have never had a father talk like this, so it seems harsh or it seems mean sometimes, but it's just
Mhm.
because a lot of people aren't having father figures today.
Mhm.
But that's why I talk the way I do. But shout out to Streets
I can
because
understand.
he learns how to talk in that other way.
Yeah.
But I totally know what you mean. Where
Talking to a man and talking to a woman is different. Like,
yeah. Well, that's why I was literally talking to him earlier about how like I'm trying to learn how to become more like him, where I can meet in the middle, because I want to change women. I don't know if y'all know this, but the reason why I do this show is because
Mhm.
I want to make women into wives. I want to make
too.
y'all into the type of people that are very smart and understand your men. And I only think I can do that if I do this podcast and I can connect with y'all better. So I will take your advice very strongly, just like how I took it from Street too. I'm
how
really
long
trying to
have
get
you
better.
been dating your girlfriend?
2 years.
And have you made her a wife yet?
No.
Okay, just
Yeah.
No, just a
It'll
question. Just throwing it out
it'll
there.
come when it's ready. Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, you can go ahead and do.
She didn't critique him.
Oh yeah. Critique him now.
Okay. How old are you?
35.
How old is your girlfriend?
35. She's 20.
Okay. That kind of explains a lot. I feel like respectfully, like, and it might have been just the way you came across today, but like respectfully, I think and it might be the way you said some things, there's a maturity kind of, like, I don't think you know how to speak.
Your delivery is
like
delivery
real
is not-
shit.
yeah.
Like I don't think you know how to speak. And I understand where you might have been trying to come from, but like that's not the way to say it. That's not the way you speak to a woman. That's not the way
Yeah.
you'd speak to your woman.
Yeah.
So why would you speak to her that way?
Right.
You know
I
what
mean,
I'm saying?
but we
And
don't
I
know.
understand
Yeah.
you didn't. Wait. Let me finish.
Sorry.
I understand you didn't come from a disrespectful place, and you might have not, right? But the way it came across was disrespectful.
I don't think it was disrespectful.
You don't think
Okay.
so?
And it's because your 20-year-old, your 15-year younger
That's
girlfriend
fine.
is okay with
I'm
that. No
just-
offense, but the reality of it is
I'm
you
getting
can sit
tired.
here on a
Excuse me.
panel. Are you getting
Excuse me.
offended
You're-
now? Now
you're
the tables
done
are turned.
talking.
You're offended?
No, actually, the reason I want to speak up is I'm getting tired of you guys attacking my girlfriend.
Yeah, she's not in here
Stop
in the part of
talking
this
about
Yeah,
discussion.
but I got
Stop.
attacked and I'm in here.
Stop talking about.
But that's
saying-
between you and him.
Yeah,
His
leave-
girlriend has
leave her
nothing
out
to do
of
with this
this.
conversation.
She's
But if
actually
the critique is
stop
about
over talking.
relationship
Stop
things,
over talking me.
Is she the
Sounds
child
like
or
a-
the parent?
Just stop it. You know.
I didn't mean to disrespect.
You know,
your
I
girlfriend.
don't like, because you first talk about the dating gap, and you say like that explains a lot about
You
her.
asked me
This
how
is-
old I was. whenever you were criticizing
I didn't ask you.
me,
I didn't ask
asked-
you about your significant other. I only don't like when you're talking about my girlfriend.
I wasn't.
She doesn't have to be brought into this. She is very mature. She is amazing at everything that she does. You know, this is not a conversation. If you want, you can talk to her right after the show.
Mhm.
You don't need to bring her into this. Now, as far as you thinking this was disrespectful, I don't think I was disrespectful. I was just very blunt and straight to the point. It's the problem is women just can't handle that. That's really the issue. I talk to guys the same exact way. Probably, I talk to guys worse. I'm going to be honest with you. I curse at guys.
Yeah.
That's just the truth.
Just out of curiosity, real quick, how old do y'all think I am?
30,
28,
32.
28.
I know how you.
I
I know how
Yeah,
old
yeah,
you are and
yeah,
how
don't
old your
give it away.
girlfriend
Yeah,
is.
yeah, don't give it
And
away.
there's a distinct difference between like watching the.
It's just another
29.
it's just another point I'm gonna bring
between
up.
I say
29 and
28.
32.
28.
I'm 31. Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
How old do y'all think my girlfriend is?
Younger.
28.
Yeah. I'm not
Or
gonna
probably
say
older. I
that.
can see
27.
I already know.
27.
She's probably older.
I think she's 23, right?
Yeah, she's 23.
Okay.
Yeah, and so with that example, there's a distinct difference with the age gap between you and your girlfriend and him and
I
his
just want to explain
girlfriend.
something really
How
quick.
you interact with us, we don't get that sense of like immaturity, condescending, like you're
Attack.
overcompensating to exert your power over us the way that we get from him.
So the thing is, since I run a podcast, I've learned a lot through the past 20 this is 20th episode. I've learned a lot about how to talk to women
Yeah.
and how to do these things. And that's why I'm very calm at talking to y'all. But I mean, you saw me a few weeks ago, so you know I was different back then. You know, it's a learning experience. Most men don't have to handle this. And once again, if he has a submissive, good girl, he doesn't ever have to talk like this.
Yes, that's
he doesn't
exactly-
ever
yeah.
have to. He never has to
That's
bicker
true.
back and forth. And then here's another thing also. The age of a woman doesn't say shit about them. I've known girls that are 20, 21, 22, 23 that are light years ahead in maturity than the 30 to 35-year-olds that I've met. I cannot express you how many women I've met in between 20 to 23 that are way more mature than 30-year-old women. So there's age doesn't mean shit. Women mature super early on. So don't ever think that an age gap means anything. It doesn't mean shit. And as y'all can see with me, you can't even tell how old I am compared to me and my girl. If y'all saw us walking around, you would never know the age difference.
Yeah.
And most of the time, you don't notice the age difference at all.
No, I would say for you, I assumed that your girlfriend was younger. I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't gonna be the one
I
to
couldn't
ask,
even
but
tell,
I
honestly.
definitely assumed.
You know, it's funny you
she
mentioned
was
that because we actually every year we go to the amusement park in Cedar Point and Sandusky, Ohio, and they have this little thing where they guess your age to give you a prize. Every time last year we did this, I had her go first. They thought she was 27, and then I went, and they thought I was 25. And then she got angry. She was like, "Oh, that's just because I went first."
Usually those guys are better at their
And then
job.
you know what we did? This year we did the opposite. I'm like, "All right, I'll go first." So I went first. They guessed 30, and then when she went, they guessed 33.
Wow,
Yeah.
it's still backwards.
She's
yeah.
just that mature.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm
Yeah,
pretty young. I mean, that's what it is, to
Come
be
on,
honest with
sis.
you.
I want to hear what you got to
Yeah,
say.
yeah.
I
You-
do.
You can go in on me
I
first.
do.
For me, I just feel like you need less female friends. You need more guy friends.
Oh, that's something I'm heavily working on right now.
Yeah.
Shout out to Fresh and Fit Dallas Discord, man. Yeah, I
Yeah.
got a bunch of new Dallas friends now because of them. But yeah, no, and I want to make something clear about that. So I
Yeah.
have a bunch of friends that are girls, but I don't hang out with them. I don't text them. I don't do anything like that. They're simply business associates. I have a huge network of women that I can work with anytime I need to, and that's all it is. It's really just business. It's not like I'm hitting them up or talking to them or
Right.
anything like that. That's all it is.
No,
It's
I get it.
It's
It's
nothing
just-
more. I don't hang out with them or go to brunch or nothing.
Yeah, no, I get it. It's just I just feel like you need more masculinity.
Yeah.
In your
I agree.
circle. That's
I
all.
agree. Shout out to Fresh Fit Dallas. I had some masculinity in my life. Hey, as the girl with 5 brothers, I actually take that advice very, very literal. I really do need it. You know what masculinity
Yeah,
is.
yeah. But overall, that's it. I agree with most of your points anyway.
Okay.
But
What
you,
about-
but you're not always right.
I know.
That's the thing. You're not always right.
I'm 51%
So
right.
learn.
See,
No,
here we go. There we go.
no, that's fair. I mean, because at the end of the day, you're the leader of your household, so you have to at least be more, So I get it.
The thing is, I have 51 over that, but if she got pregnant, I'm 49 if over
Yeah, you see,
abortion.
exactly.
I can't tell her, I can't make her have an abortion.
Exactly.
She's 51 on that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I agree with you.
Yeah.
For you, based off everything that just happened just now. No, I do agree with you though, because I honestly, personally, I was 20 dating like older men, like 40-year-olds. I'm not gonna lie. So some younger women do like older men as long as she is mature enough to handle him, and vice versa. I just feel like, wait, I have a question. Do you have a sister?
Yes, I do actually. Yeah.
Okay. Because it's like he said earlier, like the way we're talking, we don't know how your girlfriend responds to you, or we don't know your relationship. So you may not have to talk to her the way you're talking to some of us on this panel right now. So I really don't know. But overall, I would just say just be more sensitive. Just be more, just be more, just sensitive. That's it. That's really all I have to say. But overall, that when it comes to relationship age, I really don't care because I will talk to a 60-year-old if I have to. So to each his own.
you want the provider.
Yeah, exactly. As long as the woman doesn't have daddy issues, then I don't see the problem. Do your thing. That's it.
Okay. No, that was really good, guys. I think that we had a lot of really good actually judgments around here, man. Do you have any rebuttals for anything?
No, I think we should wrap it up. I got surgery tomorrow morning.
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah, no, yeah,
I'm
we're
gonna
definitely doing
make
it.
some good content for you. So
Hell yeah, bro. Let's just run through the super chats real quick. Can we scroll up to all of them? All right, we're just gonna run through these really quick, guys.
I got dragged like 50 times.
Do you have an email so I can formally submit a request to do responses to some of your videos? Knock it off, Jack. Yes, dude. The email is actually in the description of the video right now. You can just go and click it. I even have a little thing saying to click it if you're trying to do that. Joshua Frick with the 10. Thank you, bro. Honestly, she is sitting down, so didn't think she needed to lose weight. So defensive and wouldn't even say an approximate weight. Now I think she needs to lose a lot of weight. Handled poorly. Oh, I mean, yeah, you couldn't tell with the cameras before that. Olga Goods with a 10. What's crazy is that the doctor politician is critiquing y'all and telling you what men in his social circle would look for, and some of y'all just aren't listening. That is true, man, because you do have a social very probably or a circle of very.
It's the
I don't know
delivery.
whoever's in this man's social circle, but I don't. That's not a man that I want to be
that's
with.
what I was gonna
I don't care about
I'm
his
sorry.
social circle. He's not
What if she
appealing
doesn't
to
even
me.
want his
Like,
social
I
circle?
don't-
Like,
I don't care. Like,
So one thing I want to bring up too, and I noticed y'all mentioned this earlier, and I want to quote you. Quite a few y'all agreed and said, "I want a man that's aggressive." But then you
didn't
got a
say
man
that.
right in front of you
I
that
didn't
want an
say that.
aggressive
no,
man.
that was the
I did
question.
not
Was
say that.
a red
Not
flag that's a
aggressive.
turn on. It was a
A turn
red
on.
flag that's a
Aggressive.
turn on. So it doesn't mean I want this, but
We
I
just-
can acknowledge
but
that in you and be like,
Deep
"Oh,
down
this is
inside,
not
you
good.
do want a
This is
guy that
not
puts you in
good."
your place. I heard that mentioned a couple times during this show.
Deep down, women
In
do
a
want
dominant,
that.
yes, in a the
But
sense of
it's your
dominator.
deliverable. Like me personally,
Yeah.
if a natural
I didn't
leader
say
can make
aggressive.
me naturally submit. You don't have to raise your voice. Like if you're a natural leader,
Yeah,
I'll
I said I mean,
You don't have to
no
be so
problem. Like you don't have to
forceful, like-
you don't have to bang your hands on the table and yell.
Well,
Who cares?
that's why
This is-
burning genuine desire is such a big deal. And like, as long as y'all have burning genuine desire for the guy,
Right.
I think you put up with way more than
That's
you
true.
normally would.
That's true.
Joshua Frick with the $2. Girls into astrology equals hard pass. Number one deal breaker. Astrology is your
Well,
number
that's
one deal breaker,
everybody.
Joshua.
That's everybody.
Yeah.
So I mean, do what you want. With
Uh,
I feel like you're not a very well,
yeah, just
Is
like,
that all of them?
Yep,
Just,
that's
just
all.
do
Yeah,
what you
no, I
want.
appreciate y'all, man. Thank y'all so much for pulling up and showing out, chat. I really appreciate y'all. We didn't get to do a bunch more, but next time we'll get way more in super chats. We just had a short episode because of all the troubles that we had. I really appreciate everybody for coming. Thank you so much, ladies, for coming on. Y'all all fucking killed it. Like, this was really good content. I think we had some really fire conversations. It's going to be really good. It was a really good show. Go ahead and end it up and give a last shout out to your YouTube and your Instagram so then people can come find you and vote for you if they feel like it.
Oh yeah, if I decide to run again, you guys can check me on Dr. Rostami MD. But yeah, that's about it. And I'm also on Facebook too. It's Matt Rostami MD. It's a pleasure being here.
He even shows off his Facebook, y'all. He's not worried about shit. All right, well, yeah, that's it, guys. We'll close it out and we will see y'all on Friday. I appreciate everybody for coming. Peace out.
What? What was it?
It's just one of
Oh.